in the early morning hours. An Aurora neighborhood will be the focus of an immigration protest tomorrow. Abolish ICE and other groups want to draw the attention.
Voiceover, and then I'll plug it over the video. Okay? I'll tell you what to say. I'll send you. I'm going to have Liz send you the instructions.
She's good.
No, but if people, if there's something I don't want to do, Mark, I help them. I say, well, peace
We're
is
up.
a good option.
And then
Got it. I sent you one that was, for the architect.
Where's the one-shot camera?
Actually, I sent another one.
When
to
I
you.
say, so
It
when
was
I
another
say
Colorado
teachable
Springs
moment,
one.
and I
Within the last
when
couple
we're
of
starting
days.
to record,
And they're ready to
highlight
go.
things, can we switch to that, or is it all?
That's on all the time unless I'm going to Mark or these guys.
Okay, and what is the frame on that? Just me?
Both you.
That one is us.
Is there a way to get a one-shot for certain summaries?
Not really, because the camera's in there now.
To pass your 270 westbound watch for some jamming.
Unless I
We can buy another camera.
No, unless I record something
Today,
and use it here, and then I use this.
Well,
video.
actually, at the end of the show, if you want to do something, you basically sit.
No, I like to, you know when I say, okay, here's what we've learned here, and then I do a summary, I don't want to have to do something special because it never works. But I think, that's, I think I just need to, maybe, I don't know if we need a whole new camera or if I just record something and then intercut it to show video.
Okay, what's background?
We were talking about putting a camera up there so we can get rid of that.
Get started. At college.
We are going to put a camera up there, but I'm not mounting it. I'm waiting for those.
Yeah, everything's usually built anyway.
I know, that's the problem. So people love the new view back in there,
In
though.
other words, if you want a loan that's 13 years, 23 years, 15
Oh, man.
years, 27 years, whatever the term, they'll do it. It's a flexible term loan. IdealHomeLoans.com, 303-867-7000. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NMLS 13675.
Do you want me to get a cord for that
844-45.
speaker? Or you?
Oh, damn it, no, I got about 50 of them at
Oh,
home.
do you really?
Oh, yeah. That's what my phone connection used to look like.
Okay.
It's like a generation old.
Look, Mark.
Yes, ma'am.
No, this one.
Oh my God.
He was going 60 down 83.
Right.
How this kid did not go off the road, you know what I mean? But
See.
yeah, there was glass everywhere. Thank goodness he had shades on because
Oh, yeah.
the glass dust, it was unbelievable.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
anyway.
that's 2 to 4. Yeah, that's fucking nuts. It's almost falling off the truck.
We think that's a landscaping rock. And I mean, where this was on 83, so it's like, that rock is not naturally around there by any means. It must have fallen off a landscaping truck. Then the pickup that ran over it, he saw the whole thing. He saw the pickup hit it and hop a little, and he watched the rock fly into the car. Can you believe it didn't scratch the paint?
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Thank you for being here. We got a great show today. We are talking about your problems, questions, and complaints. But more important than that, we solve problems when and where we can. That is what life is all about, solving problems. And I love doing it. All you have to do is call. Now, we have many listeners that call from time to time, and they say, you know, Tom, I know what to do. We had a listener, actually, that went out and inspected a property. We're going to have an update on a very, very weird situation where Angel claimed a landlord, her landlord, was purposely destroying property to get rid of her. I mean, she said he purposely flooded the apartment upstairs to get rid of her, and purposely kicked in her door, and purposely did all kinds of destructive things to
Stole
get rid
her
of her.
kid's medication.
Yeah, in fact, she said that over 11 years in this subsidized housing, the landlord has been trying to get rid of her, but can find no reason. We have a lot that we have found out on that one, and this woman is so upset with what we found out. I don't know what she thought we would do, just lay down and take the story. People, if you call, we're going to search all parties, and we're going to come up with the truth. Now, I don't mind if you call and lie to us, but you will be found out, and it makes for a good tale. And trust me when I tell you, this is a tale to be told. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. May I start the countdown to the premiere of Downton Abbey, the movie. Now, I know all these guys are frowning. I turned in my man card. Anyway, it's on Friday officially. I'm going to see it tomorrow night. And I am so excited. Do you know you can win a night at the castle?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yes. And Mark gave away part of the plot the other day. He said the spoon was placed in the wrong spot. And that caused quite a furor. So we'll see. Anyway, whatever's on your mind, seriously, let's go to the phones. And then we will always have experts weigh in. Christy, what is happening with you, Christy?
Hi, Tom. I called you about a month ago about my squeaky vinyl floors.
Oh, yeah.
Installed by Meritage.
I remember something about it. And what did we do? We were going to have somebody look at it. What was it? How did... Oh, we never had... He never... was this Buddy we were going to have go out? Buddy Mitchell? We weren't able to get him out there? He's very busy.
Be out there for sure.
Maybe she needs to pay an independent person to look at it.
No. Let's get Buddy out there. He said he'd do it.
No, Christy, Christy, I understand. We'll follow up. If not Buddy, we'll get someone else. We can get maybe Big Bear, somebody.
We've got lots of people, but I'm shocked Buddy didn't get out there.
Well,
I know he had to drop his kid off at college.
Yeah, that's a big deal. But we will get to this now, Christy. I remember asking this, but I want to recap. This is a new home, is that right?
It's almost 3 years old.
Okay, and you bought it new, is that right? New, from the builder? And you walk everywhere and hear a squeak, right?
Yeah, through the
video was crazy.
Into the
the video was almost unbelievable, almost like you had a Foley track on that of a soundtrack. So Mark Szymanski, he knows a lot about construction because he does home improvements. He's with Genesis Total Exteriors. Mark, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear about squeaky floors in general?
Well, you wonder if the substrate below it.
Now it's vinyl, remember, right?
No, it's vinyl, but it's plank.
Is this luxury vinyl tile? Is this like a plank, a vinyl floor?
Yes.
And so what are you thinking?
No, a substrate below it, maybe they didn't get it all the way fastened, and so if that's loose, then you got your vinyl floor moving up and down.
How do you fix it?
Got to pull it up.
If it's wood,
they have some blinds. They have what they call for wood. They have the blind screwing where you screw in a tiny head, and then what it does is secure everything. It goes right through all the layers, and then you patch that little tiny, like almost a little bigger than a pinhead. However, you can't really do that with vinyl, can you?
I guess you could.
But is the whole floor floating in this case, or do you nail down luxury vinyl?
There's both ways. In the past, you used to glue it. And now there's new ones come out that they do float.
But do you ever float and nail or not? Is that just counter?
Typically not.
So they're not nailed like They're not nailed like hardwood.
No, because it's so thin, and it's vinyl. If you put a nail through it, it kind of splits.
Okay, so Chris,
glue is much better.
We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this looked at.
What area?
What does Meritage say? Yeah. Why aren't they taking care of this new this new build problem?
It's 3 years. Well, so it's way out of house warranty. But what do they say about it?
I brought it up when my house was within warranty, and we kept going back and forth.
Do you have that documented somehow?
What does that mean, back and forth?
Well, so first they brought out their just wood floor guy, and he just couldn't believe how bad it squeaked, and then, like I told you before,
if you have documentation of this is good.
Well, he said that now they're saying that it's water damaged, but I hired a floor inspector to come and look. He said that it wasn't water damage, and I just want to find somebody to give me a second opinion, because all I have is I have my inspection from the floor inspector, but then Meritage and their floor guy keep saying that it's water damage, and there is just no way that it could be water damage.
But that's what they want to say, because they don't want responsibility. But you have a record of, well, if you have a record of contacting them while the house was under warranty, and we find that it's something that was done when it was built, I would make the argument that Meritage has to pay for fixing it. So hold on. Again, we will make another effort to get an expert out there. If we can't get Buddy, if we can, Simply Floors Inc. I understand if he's busy. Listen, we ask people to do this free from the referral list. Yes,
Big
Suzanne?
Bear just emailed me. I'll get him the info.
Okay, let's do that. 303-713-TALK. Now, Big Bear, does he do luxury vinyl tile? Do you know?
I think he's mostly hardwood, man.
Okay, but he will know squeaking.
Oh, yeah.
Because squeaking is almost always in the substrate. Is that right, Mark Szymanski, Genesis Total Exteriors?
Or maybe this floor was meant to be glued down and they didn't glue it.
Have you ever thought of changing your name since you do interiors too, or is it mostly exteriors? Genesis Total Exteriors.
Boy, have you heard that before, Mark?
How about Genesis Total Inside and Out?
But you know what? We're crazy busy on the inside right now, so
on the inside,
it's working.
What's mostly being done inside?
Kitchens and baths.
Yeah, because the kitchens, baths have immediate payoffs. I mean, have you ever heard anyone? Well, I've heard of people adding a den or a man cave or a she shed, but really, kitchens and baths are the ooh-ah factors. 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Lynette. Lynette, welcome. What's happening now? Lynette, you have a comment on what? What is this condition that you're naming? Did this come up in a conversation, Lynette?
Yeah, so I listen on the podcast because I live in Iowa.
Okay.
I live in a little lake in Iowa.
Well, that sounds cool. Are you near Coeur d'Alene? No, that's in Idaho. I'm sorry, that's Idaho. Iowa is the corn country. What town do you live in?
Okoboji.
Okoboji.
That is one fun town with that lake there.
Do you know that?
Oh, I've been to a couple weddings there. I used to live in Iowa.
It really is. Is it like the version of what's the redneck Riviera? They call it Mount McConaughey, like Lake McConaughey.
Yeah, this Okoboji is beautiful. It's an awesome lake, great town.
The only place I know in Iowa is Ottumwa.
I lived in Ottumwa.
Do you know, Ottumwa was a wide spot. There's nothing there.
Down there in the middle of nothing.
Now, I know Ottumwa, and there's a reason. Okay, so what's going on with your comment here? You heard something. What was it?
So the guy called the other day about his wife having trigeminal neuralgia.
Yeah, he mentioned that. What is that?
They call the suicide disease.
Yes. It's a very painful face condition, is it?
Yeah, it's a nerve that heats up like a red hot poker in your temple, from your temple to your jaw. And I actually have a boyfriend that's had it for about 15 years. And I met him about a year ago, and I saw him in this horrible position. So I have done a ton of research on it.
And what did you find? Why don't you hold on? Because listen, anyone plagued with pain, my heart goes out to. We don't, I think, realize what it is. And I mean true pain. I'm not talking about a sore back now and then, or you pull a muscle. What I'm talking about is real pain every single day, intense pain. I want these people to get help. I don't care if they take drugs for pain. But she has a comment. I want to give her time. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. We talk about everything here. And people in chronic pain, let's face it, they need help. That's why I hope they don't do away completely, of course, with painkillers, because they do have a place in society. We have more coming right up.
I just emailed Buddy this morning.
I have something else on that.
I have a flooring guide too, if you guys need us to go look at it.
You should hear it squeaking. It's bad.
On the video. She might have been going.
It almost sounded like it.
It was that
Like
bad.
that.
Yeah.
But if the floor is not level, it'll do that too, right?
Well, I mean, it just depends if, like the plank is, usually those planks will go down. I bet you 3 years ago, it usually was always glued, so I bet it was.
The Raleigh House for addiction. No one should just call and sign up for addiction treatment without knowing something about addiction in general. In fact, you should know how to approach an addict in your life if you're having a problem and it's affecting your life. Any addiction is bad news, and any addiction is not going to go away just on its own. You need to do something. How about taking the first step? Here's the thing. Raleigh will give free information in a phone call. Like, what is addiction? What do you do for it? What treatments are there available? How much does it cost? What does insurance cover? How do I approach an addict? What are the things I can do to help an addict? What are things that we can do to confront them or maybe
call you with them. Call and ask any question you want as many times as you want. A caring, loving staff will answer them confidentially. 720-730-9722. They treat addiction. 720-730-9722. TheRaleighHouse.com.
Mark, guess what day it is? It's National Cheeseburger Day. You know what that means? We got to get a cheeseburger for dinner tonight.
Hey, Suzanne, I had this one after you, it's for 1 o'clock.
Yes, I saw that.
Okay.
Is that her favorite food?
Cheeseburger
Cheeseburger is your favorite food?
I go to the Denver Burger Battle.
Oh, Denver Burger
We have
Battle is
burgers
good.
probably more than we should, but I think I have him addicted to burgers. And I like fancy burgers too, like Crave. Have you ever been to a place like that, Crave?
No.
God, Mark, they're so good.
I'm going to have to play some Federal.
What?
They got that huge hamburger, like 2 people can
I'm
share.
sorry, I won't. I'd rather have that scene.
Okay. What is it called? Do you
I'm
know?
trying to think. No, I'll get the name. I mean, that's famous.
Well, I don't think, like,
It's been on one of the shows.
you're not supposed to eat with your hands.
Oh, and then they get like something, they get like a shirt or something?
It's been on the show, and yeah, they have a really big hamburger.
You know what I love on my burgers? Sauteed jalapenos. Oh my God, it's so good.
Hot ones?
I don't mind.
I love eggs on a burger.
I've not had an egg on a burger.
I
That
love
is
that.
one thing I
Like,
can't.
you know how it's good for
And another one that's popular is peanut butter on burgers.
Maybe not up to your standards, but I think that Red Robin is good.
Ugh, I hate
No,
Red Robin.
I used to love them, Todd, but I don't know what I don't like about them now. I just every time I've been disappointed in the
I
last
like
4 or 5 times.
They're
I've
one of
gone.
those places too, won't serve
But
it to
I
you
will say
rare.
this: it is good to take your kids there. I know you take
You
your
want
kids there.
pink or no pink? No, I want it fucking bloody. Pink or no pink.
I like pink.
I don't know why people are such sticklers on hamburgers in some places.
I think it's because they don't want to be sued for somebody getting sick.
Well, then that means they're buying cheap meat.
Could be.
No,
How about people that have their steaks fucking? Oh,
I love
well
my
done.
steaks really. Oh, I brought in a pork chop from Perry's. If you want some after, you can warm it up. It's delicious, Dan. As much as you want. It's in the refrigerator.
I'll have to be the first one down there.
He got it. No, he got it a month ago.
No, I got it last night or the night before.
Got it a month ago. It's still smelling pretty good.
Looks like that hot dog from a gas station.
Always better. Since we opened.
Sheridan Auto Tech is just that place. In fact, there are 2 of them in Lakewood, on Colfax, just west of Osgood, and in Aurora, on Havana, just south of 6th Avenue. Sheridan Auto Tech, you can trust them. 303-455-7242. What else? Not only do you trust them,
camera that
but
you just
you
put in
can
that,
know they
that
have
is
the
so
experience
clear.
and the knowledge.
That one in there? Well, that was the one that used to be somewhere else.
It just seems so clear. It must just be perfect lighting.
7242. Denver Egress Window. That's a company that puts in window wells and windows to help your family get out if you have an emergency.
Jack and Grill.
That's the name of it?
Yep.
Where they got like a 3-pounder or
Yeah, I
something?
got some freaky things.
Mark, where is the best?
Best what? Hamburger?
Yeah, where do you love your burgers?
It's her. She loves Crave.
And I
like
this.
any
Where's Crave?
They've got 3 or 4 locations.
What do you
we go to
think
the
of
one.
Five
Yeah.
Not so good, it's permanently closed.
Five Guys is different.
This report is sponsored.
That's a fast food place. Crave's not fast food.
So, don't we really mean cheeseburger? Because is there, I don't know anyone who gets a burger without cheeseburger, or do they?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
My wife doesn't get cheese.
Nah.
People are allergic to dairy.
She tries to cut the
There you go,
cheese.
the lactose intolerant people.
Job openings with screener questions.
You know,
There's a lot of lactose.
you guys know what American cheese is, right? They usually come in the film. I call it plastic cheese.
Yeah, it's man-made.
I was in Walmart, and when I give my dogs pills, I usually put it in a piece of cheese, the cheap American cheese. And when I say cheap, you know, crap, couple bucks for a pack. So when I'm there, I see this Walmart brand, and it's like 25 for like 49 cents, so I buy it.
25 slices.
Dog won't eat it.
My dog.
Hi, Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So when we talk about stuff on the show, people listen. Sometimes they listen in a time lapse. You know, they're listening days later, months later. But this one was recent. and we were talking about pain and addiction to pain meds and people who have pain. And this one poor guy said his wife couldn't get the meds she needed. And this one disease called trigeminal neuralgia is just terrible. It's a burning sensation in the facial nerves. Lynette wanted to comment on it. Again, you can comment on anything, and no matter when you're listening to this show, live on iHeart, live on, of course, YouTube and Facebook and all over the internet for downloads. So, Lynette, you and everyone else can call 303-MARTINO and leave your number. So, Lynette, what's your comment?
Well, so what we did was we called around. It took me a while to find somebody that would treat it, but he goes every 90 days and has Botox. About 35 units of Botox shot into that, and it paralyzes the nerve so that it doesn't fire off.
And it totally does away with the pain and the spasm?
100%. And then when you start
God.
getting one or two of them, it's usually just about 90 days that last.
How wonderful.
And with him, so it depends on your metabolism too, how fast your body eats up the Botox. But he's 6'9" and 290.
Oh
so
my gosh.
He goes about every 90 days, and the $350 about every 90 days, and insurance does not pay for it because you have to go to a plastic surgeon to have it done. But the other choice,
I would argue that in his case, but I understand what you're saying. So the botulism virus, is it a virus or infection? Whatever it is, botulism, it's amazing that botulism has been harnessed and can do some good like this. Amazing stuff. And so go ahead.
So we've completely eliminated the problem for him. Every now and then, about 90 days, he'll start getting one or two in his face. We'll schedule an appointment with this plastic surgeon. He goes in. 20 minutes later, it's done for another 90 days.
Well, thank you for that comment. I hope the family is listening. Botox for trigeminal neuralgia. Okay, wonderful. Botox. The hormone bros, they do Botox and Juvederm and other things too. It's cosmetic based, but I think if you could make the argument it is for, pain. My goodness.
It's used for migraines now too.
Is it?
And I don't know where they inject it.
I wonder if insurance covers that for migraines. I'd fight it, that's for sure. I would fight it if I were you, and insurance wouldn't cover it. I'm so tired of insurance not covering things. Did you guys get that bumper sticker I sent to you? That I was driving down.
Obamacare rocks.
Obamacare is a lifesaver.
Yeah.
I know more complications after Obamacare than help. Now, there is a subset of people who have been helped tremendously, and those are the ones that were included under Medicaid, where Medicaid was more tightly controlled. More people can get Medicaid. Those people, no matter how you look at it, have benefited. But Mark once mentioned, why don't we still have them benefit but not screw the rest of us? Why do we have to, in other words, why not just take Medicaid and expand it to those who need it, but the rest of us let us go?
Hey, I've got a quick story. I'm leaving Walmart. I'm returning something, okay? I had to walk back to electronics, and then I'm walking up front.
Stay on the line, though. We'll get to your calls, yes.
This is yesterday. So I have the guy from electronics with me as we're walking from electronics to the front of the store. This lady is around the gift cards they sell there, and she looks upset, and she's on the telephone. And the Walmart employee, who happens to be the manager in the Castle Rock store, the electronics manager, goes, "Ma'am, can I help you?" She goes, "Where are the Walmart gift cards? I see the restaurants. I see everything else. Where are the actual Walmart ones?" He goes, "Well, we sell that at every register. Why?" She goes, "I have to get one." And he goes,
"What's so weird about that?"
Well, I'll tell you what's so weird about it. He goes, "Why do you have to get one?" You could tell. I was right next to him. She was
visibly upset.
Very visibly upset. She goes, "Right now, I have to get it to this guy on the phone." And he goes,
no, it was a ripoff, and you recognized
it. And I watched it. I was so proud of this kid in his 20s that
Did he know?
Both of us started talking to him. He knew. So they are trained at Walmart. They are trained at Walmart. If someone is on the phone getting a gift card, they intervene and try to figure out what the hell's going on.
Because one time we had a scam, and, not one time. It happens a lot, but we got called one time and played along with it. They wanted Mark, who was posing as somebody who wasn't really smart, somebody slow, who was falling for this. And they wanted him to buy gift cards. In fact, most of these ripoffs will start
They trained. I asked them. I said, "How did you know?"
So anyway, did she end up knowing she was being scammed? Some of them are so convinced they don't want to be. They don't want to back out. They want to keep going.
We both got through to her. It's absolutely a scam.
The guy was on the phone.
100%.
What were they promising her?
It wasn't IRS. It was a FBI was coming to get her for like unpaid property taxes. It was the same thing, but a little new twist on it. And she was running down there. She was afraid she was going to lose her house or something. But the Walmart guy actually got on the phone. And it was great. I couldn't believe Walmart teaches this.
This is great. Bryce, you have a comment or something on Wendy's. What's going on with Wendy's fast food offer?
Yes, Tom.
Yes.
You can go into Wendy's, and for $2 you can buy this little thing that you can stick on your keychain.
Yeah.
And that is good for a tiny little Frosty.
Okay.
It's really tiny. And so I've been doing that for three years, I think. And plus I got.
So wait. You buy this once, and then you can just have it scanned and get a free Frosty.
Yeah, they don't even scan it. You just walk up and show it to them because it has the year on it.
And how long is it good for?
1 year.
Okay, gotcha. How much does it cost?
$2.
$2?
Yeah, and they put that in Dave. I know Dave, who founded Wendy's, is no longer with us.
Man, I'd save a lot of money with my kids. They love Frosties. So what's the gimmick? What's the problem?
Well, the problem is it says on the back of this thing that you have to buy something.
Oh, they get you coming in every time.
Yeah. However, I could have sworn that I've heard on your show, I've been listening for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
That they can't do that. I mean, aren't there free offers?
They can do free with purchase. They can do that. Yeah.
But can they do free only with purchase?
No, they can't make you buy something for a sweepstakes. Although I see it done. That was the rule. I can't even tell you who enforces that. I can't tell if it was state or federal. There used to be a rule. Let's just put it this way. How general can I be? There used to be a rule somewhere, somehow, and maybe still is, that if you have a sweepstakes, it has to be free to enter. You cannot require a purchase. Otherwise, it becomes like a lottery. So there was something to do with that. However, people can do free offers with purchase or discounts with purchase.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan.
Free Frosty.
Do you have to eat the Frosty?
You can use the deal every day.
I don't like them. They're good.
No.
It's good ice cream.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
A nice recovery on the metro area drive this morning. Just a couple sluggish spots. We do have some sluggish traffic on westbound I-70.
I thought you were going to say because it's cheeseburger day. That's why I'm free cheeseburger.
Still trying to recover from an earlier crash right around Evans, northbound.
I don't see anything on this, though, where it says you have to purchase something.
Overall, things are quickly improving. Today, expect.
He says it says it on the back of it.
Tonight, clear with a low of around 53, and then tomorrow, sunny and a high near 86 with a 30%.
You know what's funny is,
in the afternoon. Right now, it's 69.
Hold on.
With your impact, traffic, and weather, I'm Chris McLaughlin, 630 KHOW.
Indeed, used by over 3 million.
I don't see anything
right there. Business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more.
Oh, with purchase. Yep, it says with any purchase.
Fix It 24/7, free second opinions. I can't stress this enough as we're going into winter. Those free second opinions on any major repair. And listen, if you're not sure if it's major, just call them. You won't be charged anything. They'll come to the house, and they will see if you have a great deal. Or they will see if you don't need a replacement, perhaps you just need an adjustment. You can never go wrong with free second opinions. If a company says, hey, you just need an adjustment, or you just need a small part, not a replacement, they have to prove it, don't they? And if they say you don't have a good deal, they have to prove it, don't they? You'll never go wrong. And Fix It 24/7, it's a company I love anyway. It's a company I use. It's one you can use for plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. And here's the deal. If you have a problem, they'll track it down for $39 if you call them first and give you the opportunity to have it fixed and credit the $39. If not, that's all you pay is $39. So Fix It 24/7. FixMyHome.com. Here's the number,
526-3939.
Fucking Wendy's is smart.
That's a smart deal, you think?
It's very smart. And then on the same day, listen to this. This dude Chance the Rapper, who I have no idea who that is, sent out something saying it's great food.
See? Hey, Mike, this is Mark from Genesis Toll Exteriors.
What's up, Mike?
Robinson with Smith Plumbing.
How are you doing?
And then also
Traffic suck.
Oh, it wasn't traffic. I had a quality revisit issue with my plumbing department.
Oh.
I had to address it.
Come to Jesus meeting, as they say.
Well, I try to keep it positive. I try to keep it, hey, we're doing good work, but we can do better. And, these are some things that I think are slipping. We need to refocus on different areas. And I do have a shirt for you, but it won't be here till Friday. So I didn't forget.
Cool.
We don't have, I had to get them rerun. And of course, Mark, you want one or whatever, I'd be happy to pass them along.
Mark, I've made $1.52 so far on Quora.
He's a man.
Quora does not pay for answers.
Questions that get a lot of response.
Right. So I made a
Traffic.
penny.
They pay for
penny
traffic.
this week. I made a penny. I swear to God, that's what it said. $0.1 and then I made $1.52. So that's good extra money in my retirement. Quora. Do you read Quora?
No.
Oh my God, I'm addicted to it. Quora, Quora.com. If you subscribe to it, you put areas of interest, and then daily there's a Q&A.
Oh, sweet. I wonder why.
And I think it's cool, but
just tell
tell
Liz.
Area of interest.
Tell Liz she can come up during the break, and Tom can do the. Tell Liz she can come up during the break, and Tom will do the video then.
You got that look. See, he can't.
Got a look. He's got a look.
He's got a look.
He's got the look.
Damn it! You see the look, Dan?
I got seen the look.
Damn it!
Hey, what's on the thing is, what's her name? Somebody's asking about Angel.
Oh, yeah, don't forget Angel. Don't forget. Oh, did you get Angel on? I know. Do you see that? You never know what's going on in there. I quit even eavesdropping because it's so disturbing. Can you get Angel on?
How you doing, Mike?
Do you really want her on?
Yes, we want Angel on.
And we want to play that song with Angel in the Morning.
Hey, isn't there like a Happy Day song or something, Angel?
No, Angel in the Morning.
Something Angel.
Everything.
Earth Angel. Earth Angel. So that means get that ready there, Ugly Ed.
Yeah, at some point you have to address, or not address, but bring up a topic for your listeners on what does it mean to actually be a good customer? As
You know what?
we
were thinking of a whole website.
But here's the problem with that. It doesn't matter because I know it might be fun to listen for, but I've told people how to complain, how to act, how to do this. But there should not be a behavioral guide for consumers, I think. And I used to have companies, you know what I mean? I used to have companies that, honest to God, if they didn't like a customer, then they would treat customers better than others because I called it the invisible behavioral guide. And it's true. If people are assholes, you don't feel like treating them well. Then there's a theory that I'm going to treat them well no matter what and kill them with kindness, and maybe that'll work.
A lot of times that doesn't work.
And sometimes it does. Sometimes people are just having a bad day. But then there are those that I swear to God, it's just as important to know who to avoid.
But,
and especially with
yeah. No, there's times that, no.
You know, if your product is the best, though, you can be an ass.
So,
soup nuts.
How are you doing? We're talking offline,
and we were on broadband. You see, we keep that up during commercials, but it is a good topic that Mike brought up. Mike happens to be here today, and Mike Smith is with Smith Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. I'm going to talk about that, behavioral guides for consumers. You know, what makes a good customer. And we were joking about behavioral guide, but I'll guarantee you that there are businesses that will treat you differently based on how you treat them. There are some that say, kill them with kindness, it'll pay off. Others say, I'll go to a point. And I don't think, now listen to what I'm saying, I don't think a business should ever treat a customer anything but excellent and perfect. And the best they can do, or the worst they should do, is just withdraw services and just stop dealing with them. But I think to fight fire with fire is stupid. Now, trust me, we all want to do it. I mean, there are some people that absolutely, positively can never be pleased. And they almost use transactions as their point of revenge. I mean, on the world. But then there are others that just have a bad day. Then there are some that are pleasant all the time. And even though we don't want to believe it, you're treated based on how you treat them. I don't think they should be. I think businesses really mean this. They should act and treat people perfectly and then just walk away or not deal with them at all. Just ignore them. I mean, sometimes you do. You have to ignore them, but easier said than done. Now, this radio show is an exception because you're really not my customer. You're calling and I'm giving you an opinion like a friend. Like, come on, you're all wet. You're crazy. This is nuts, you know, blah, blah, blah. So Tim wants to talk about CBD. I'm not sure what he's talking about. But go ahead, Tim. CBD, by the way, there are so many products that hit the market since the, so to speak, decriminalization or the separation from marijuana. It truly has been, it's been crazy. And I went through them and I found stuff that I like, and maybe there's others out there, but I know what I like. So what did you want to say, Tim?
Well, CBDs and marijuana in general are great for treating nerve pain. If you look up CBD and fibromyalgia, you'll see a lot of evidential facts out there that have been studied in different medical journals and stuff about the benefits of CBD. The problem is that older generations still associate the prohibition on marijuana with doing something illegal. They just won't take it.
I know.
My father is a great example.
I know.
Will not take it even though it would help him.
You know, here's the deal with CBD. Let's face it. We have to admit that in the early days of hemp, industrial hemp, and CBD, it was simply an excuse to get marijuana on the market. I say, so what, right? But that's really what it was. Medical marijuana was nothing but a guise to get it on the market so we could have it recreationally. I don't care. But that's what it was. And I think what people think it's just a sneaky way to get high, and it's not. And I understand you. CBD is wonderful. And in fact, if people are dying or on chemotherapy and they want marijuana or they just want marijuana, more power to them. Who cares? I mean,
Hey, Tom.
Yeah.
So I ruptured 3 discs in my back several years ago.
Yeah.
And when I went to the doctor, they gave me Vicodin, Lyrica, and Oxycontin. All 3 of those at the same time. I was a walking zombie, and nothing. I couldn't feel anything, literally anything. My relationship suffered, everything. One person said, I know it's illegal, but go get your medical doctor, your thing at the doctor, and try marijuana. I was able to kick all 3 things. I just used marijuana and drank some beer at night.
That's good.
And you know what? That probably wasn't the most healthy thing, but now with doctors involved, they can get you on the right dosages, on the right strains, all this stuff. We need to destroy the mystique around this drug.
Yeah, and that'll happen with time as people, die out. I mean, we still have the reefer madness mentality. We still have people alive who believe reefer madness. Tim, I wanted to ask something about, you said Lyrica. You're the second person I heard mention that drug. What is Lyrica?
So, interestingly enough, and I might get on a tangent, so forgive me. It's an antidepressant, but it's also I forget the word, an uninflammatory, something that takes the inflammation out of your muscles. So it also helps with the inflammation pain. But essentially, it's an antidepressant that beta blocks certain emotions and certain feelings.
I think opiates kind of do that too. Opiates kind of do that. In fact, if opiates did not build up if opiates did not build up a tolerance and if they were not addictive, there's nothing better in the world for that feeling of euphoria to get rid of pain. What were you going to say, Tim?
Well, this is the last thing I want to say, and I know you're going to disagree with me, but I'm going to say it anyway. Every single mass shooter has had a psychotropic drug in them. They're dangerous.
Why would I disagree with that? Why would I
Because I've heard you say that they've helped tons of people, and they have.
What are you talking about? What has helped people?
psychotropic drugs. Like
What does that
Lyrica,
mean?
Like,
Wellbutrin,
okay, well, you mean antidepressants?
antidepressants.
Yeah, they do help some.
Yeah, but there was mass shootings before that. How about the Bell Tower guy?
No, but there are plenty of people who take antidepressants and they don't work.
I agree.
No, he's linking mass shootings to antidepressants.
Well, I know he is.
Absolutely.
So
But you know
therefore,
what?
I always wonder why
I'm a
people.
normal
Tim,
guy.
hold on. Tim, please hold on. When people make statements, I always wait for the second half. Okay, and here's what's the first half of your statement. It was that antidepressants can be linked to every mass shooting. They were on them. Therefore what? Therefore what? Then what's the rest of the statement?
The rest of the statement is they're bad news.
Okay, therefore no one should take them. Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely not.
So then, hold on. Okay, then that's the point. I'm trying to get the point of what you're saying. Mass shootings, every mass shooter, let's just say, has been on antidepressants. Therefore, they're bad news. That's what you want to say? But yet they're not bad news for the millions of people being helped. So I don't understand the purpose of the statement. Are you saying every mass shooter was on antidepressants, therefore, in some people, they can have detrimental effects? That's more accurate.
Absolutely.
But they're not bad
Absolutely.
news.
They're completely.
Every mass shooter had a gun, too, but there's a lot of people with guns that never shoot people.
Tim, I don't
All I'm
still
saying
get the
is
point.
all
I'm saying is
the way
what?
that they're giving out right now.
All I'm saying is what?
They're just giving out like Pez.
Oh.
They're giving out like Pez.
Okay.
Nobody monitors people.
Okay.
No, they just say, here you go.
That's
see you
good.
later.
That's good.
with them.
And then there's just like,
You're right, Tim.
you know, so the same thing with antidepressants. They just give them and then
I get it.
surprised.
I get it.
8 months
Or
later,
anti-anxiety.
School.
Tim is right, by the way, that they do give them out, and a lot of general practitioners give them out, and they don't follow up.
They'll give them to kids, too, now.
You're right. They are used too much. But I don't think they're, well, listen, people who go for antidepressants have problems. That's why they're prescribed that. And they do help a lot of people. Now, there are some people that believe they're always bad. I don't know what camp I'm in. I know I've seen people helped, and I've also seen people get worse. But I don't think it's the antidepressant doing that.
I think he's trying to say that marijuana might be a better way to go.
Better antidepressant.
Well, I don't know.
That's why I was trying to get him to say something.
How about if you're a fucking truck driver?
Mark,
Well, you shouldn't be driving.
Mark, I truly made it a requirement that they must go through. She must go through you. I'm not kidding, by the way. She's been emailing me, and it's almost like she doesn't even read my email.
You should have seen the last response I gave her.
And Lucid Boulevard. Today,
It was literally this, ready? Picture 4 different lines. She asked me 4 questions. I replied, no, space, don't know, space, don't know, space, don't know, space, send. And the email I got back was, okay.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses.
I like how you want to punish me. You know what? I'm going to tell her she's got to work with Dan. 5 seconds.
You're very direct through things. You're not very wordy.
So, K&H Home Solutions has an offer that will be coming up. I don't even know if I should mention it now since it's not coming up until next month. Right now they have a $1 installation you better take advantage of. $1 installation on Windows. Now, here's the deal with Windows. They have already low good prices and a $1 installation. So what's happening next month? I'm going to give you a preview. You might want to wait. Now, if you have a color preference, colored and you know, color in vinyl, don't paint it, okay? Don't paint it. You want something impregnated through it, even with siding. So with color, that's an upgrade. And it is because it is a complicated process. K&H will be offering free color upgrades next month if you make your appointment. So you can get a $1 installation this month, free color upgrades next month, your choice. Call for details on financing, 303-421-7100, or go to their website to make your own appointment with no obligation, khwindows.com. All that waving, and I'm just a few seconds off.
I love when she asked me these questions. Did Tom finally get that 30-second voice?
Shut up. You did.
I put, not sure. And then the next question, can Tom cut the retro foam TV spot? Not sure. D.
Well, I think he can. Please clarify.
Actually, let me see. From now on, just call his wife Stephanie at this number to ask for revisions or requests. She is up late.
That's funny. This is we're playing tomorrow, not today.
It looks like it, because Ross should be playing.
For most of us, it's not something we prioritize. Because
Mark, I didn't know you were dyslexic. Did you suffer that your whole life? Was school hard?
Yeah, so did I. And my kids too.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, my son's better off. My younger son, he's like me.
So eventually, does it I mean, really, if you read in a book, it's backwards.
No.
No?
No, mine's like, I can't write worth shit. And that's why, I've talked to him, he goes, no, you don't have to write much. But if I had to write 5 or 6 page report, I'd rather just.
What you mean, write like this or just typing better?
Either way.
Oh, really?
Then I have to reread it the next day, like, what the hell are you saying?
Do you use just voice then?
I try that sometimes, but I still rather just type. It's still easier. But I'm just from here to here.
Voice recognition now is so good, I can't even believe it.
I thought you get letters mixed up.
You do sometimes. There's 17 markers for dyslexia.
Oh, really?
And if you get to 8 of them, you could say dyslexia.
How many do you have?
I have never tested.
My
kids
cares.
Yeah, my kids have. So that's.
In school, would they actually work with you, or they say, hey,
I used to have to sit next to the teacher's desk because I'm maybe stupid.
That would be the worst, especially back then, before they even know. They really do think
like,
you're dumb.
you don't pay attention. I get the pen in the back of the head. Mark, you're not paying attention. Shit. Oh, God.
Oh, Ken wrote to me directly. Oh, you got it.
No, I think that was really bad.
Yeah, my brother has
Teachers should have seen that, too.
smart guy, was really well.
And American
And unfortunately, I work behind me.
So conversations are simple, straightforward, and
Was a
honest.
student,
Let them answer
so the
your
teacher
questions and help you identify the
I knew
right
it. See, that second paragraph leaves an opening for you someday.
Call them today at
Take me along.
695-7000. That's 303.
There's a funny story, Mark, about my older son. Early on, he goes, I want to test for advanced classes. Like, no, your grades are bad. He tested, blew out the math.
So what I was
Way up in that part, because
I'm going to respond to this. All you can do is
so dyslexia doesn't just move numbers around.
sometimes.
He's outside with his mouth.
No, you respond.
Okay. Going
But just send I'm thinking I can help him get back in and I tell him about it.
We're at CSU, or my son wants to take that.
He's getting
What year
I'm going
is
to
he?
say highly confidential.
While other companies might
It's about to be in my son's same class.
find you what you're looking for.
He's a sophomore.
You know who he's listening to? Is Elizabeth. I mean, basically, and if you notice, she's in there too.
It's his 5-year
Do you know her?
Is it?
It's his smartest way to hire her.
Now,
His
you can try
reception.
ZipRecruiter for free.
She must do the advertising.
ZipRecruiter.com/free.
She's the one that
He
just
starts
did
every
smart.
day every morning. So it's the money for them.
ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Still no Angel?
Hey, Mike, in your office, is just your wife? Or do you have a big
Oh, no,
office?
we have dispatcher, 2.
Every time I answer
Call
this,
takers.
every time I get
Accounts,
this,
accounts
I'm not gonna do
payable
it. I know it's a phony baloney. Okay.
and receivables.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay. Let's
Talk. And I think Dan summed up what Tim was trying to say, I think. And Tim, if you're still listening, it's that every mass shooter was linked to an antidepressant. And by the way, I think he's saying not just their bad news in some situations, but that marijuana or CBD can help in those areas too, probably more effectively. And there are other people who've told us this too, that they feel marijuana helped with depression, and it has a stigma. Now, I've said this before, and it sounds silly. I wish I liked marijuana. I do, because it's so easy to get. It's all around us. And, you know, in other words, I wish it worked on my pain, and I liked it. I don't. I don't. I just hate it. I wish I liked it, though. I mean, people say, oh, Tom, it's like having a glass of wine, but it's not. Not to me. I've never had a good experience. Now, whenever I say this, there's inevitably a pothead or dispensary who says, oh, no, you haven't tried our strain. Right? Ugly Ed, that's what they say. And I'm tired of trying strains. In fact, I just don't like it. Now, CBD is a different story. When I found this, and oh my God, it really worked. I mean, did it work for you, Mike? Oh, yeah. So you use a cream or something you take?
Oral.
I could not believe the results I got.
7 years of pro football. I got a few injuries, 30% compressed discs in my neck.
Oh.
2 shoulder surgeries, 2 knee surgeries.
So CBD is a daily regimen for you?
Daily.
What I like is there's no tolerance, there's no addiction, there's no high.
There's no high.
Now, even though, and I have to say this, even though they say there's no high with 0 THC, I'm not going to tell you there is, but there is definitely some kind of effect on your head because it does calm you down and it does make you relax. I'm not talking about a head. I'm not talking about like wine. There's something about it, and I don't know what it is, but I use Panacea. They're a big sponsor. They're going to be because I found them. When I said to Mark, this really, yeah. Mark is the skeptic and says, well, I am too, but after I do it, like with stem cells, he was way skeptical and with all kinds of stuff. Show me, not just tell me, show me. So he wants to try the topical, and I found Panacea to be the greatest thing I've ever found. But that's all I have tried up to that point. I've tried dozens of products. Everyone told me theirs was special. When they brought theirs, I was going to say the same thing. Ho-hum, sure. And I tried it. And I went nuts. I said, oh, my God, this is really working. Now, I'm not saying there aren't others that I haven't tried. But so far, this is it for me. And why, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And you went over to their lab.
Yeah, I saw the lab. And it really is scientific. It's not a bunch of potheads looking for an excuse to get marijuana. It isn't. I mean, this is a real pharmaceutical lab. It's good to know, though. I didn't know you were using that, Mike. Now, do you have the oil tabs or pills that you can chew? Or Drops. Yeah. Okay. Sublingual drops. They really work, too.
And Tom, they're using this in professional sports now.
So that won't, if you test with CBD, no negative effects?
There's no THC in it.
Right. So, well, they do have full spectrum that has THC, but it's such a minute amount.
Yeah. No, they're pro hockey players. I know that they're using for anti-inflammatories. I mean, they're on the ice, they're doing a lot of stuff, and when I was back in the day when I was playing, they would give you all kinds of anti-inflammatories and stuff like that. I mean, it kills your liver. I mean, those are so bad for you over the long term that they're starting to use supplemental other things.
One thing, though, you said you played professional football. I thought you played Canadian football.
Oh, thanks.
It was in Canada?
I'm coming
it was
across
in Canada?
the table, Mark.
Do you see how big he is? Would you want him
I can run. I can run.
What position did you play?
Inside middle linebacker.
Yeah, so, wow.
He played with Doug. Didn't you play with Doug Flutie?
Yeah.
Cool.
Against him.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fast little guy.
Okay, so I could ask if you like the Broncos this year, but oh my God, is that going to open up floodgates? What do you think? Quickly.
Well, my roommate played for him for 9 years. Greg Cragen, nose guard for him, all pro and a really good nose guard.
So what do you think?
I followed the Broncos.
Do you like Flacco?
I do.
I do too.
I think
do too.
I think he's going to do well for him.
Yeah, some growing pains. I don't follow. I really don't, but. I like the excitement it causes, and I like when they win. Bob, what's the roofing thing going on?
Oh, thank you. Listen, we live down in Larkspur. We had a pretty good hailstorm last week, and Sunday I was canvassed. There were a couple of guys working the neighborhood.
Don't ever pick based on canvassing, ever.
Understood, and thank you.
And now, Bob, is that because everyone, and I'm just doing this for those listening, if you forgive me, but it's not that everyone canvassing is bad. That's simply not true. They're not. However, 95% of all roofing problems start with canvassing. That doesn't mean canvassing causes it, but here's what I know. If you don't start there, you have a way better chance of not being ripped off. Go ahead.
Okay, so I refuse to sign their inspection report until...
Because it's a contract. Because it's a contract.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
And I had a lot of questions. And so they just gave it to me. But then I've been researching it since, and it's Premier. And they're on your referral list.
Okay. Okay, did you hear what I said? Because they go to the door doesn't make them a ripoff, but you absolutely positively should not start there. What you do is you say, okay, thank you for being here. I'm gonna shop, and you may be one of them. Hold on, though, because I want to talk about something there. So hold on. I hope they didn't try to trick you into a contract. Please hold on.
So, Mike, do you take the marijuana CBD or the hemp CBD? Hemp.
Doesn't some of the hemp have a little bit of marijuana, right?
No, hemp doesn't. Zero taste.
Well, here's the deal.
No, I don't think you're right.
Yeah, I am right.
Zero?
Yeah.
Zero.
Yes. Then there's full spectrum, which has 0.04.
And they can vary it.
Even the full spectrum.
Yeah, they can vary. I've tried some of that too. I mean, honestly, the stuff just works. You talk about the creams. I've got some for spot.
Does the cream work good?
They didn't work.
I keep asking you to get me some.
The cream didn't work.
No, yeah, a little bit. I spot.
Mark, I'm going to get all that. I'm going to get all that.
Premier's actually a pretty good roofing company.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I wouldn't like it, though, if they said sign our inspection report and it's a...
Let me tell you, I don't care who it is. When they're in one neighbor's from hail damage, they will go knock on the door. I don't give a shit.
I don't care if they do.
we're out there.
Excel's out. Who's not out there?
Yeah, because it's been a slow year.
You look at the neighbors.
All I said was don't let that be your determining factor.
Right.
And don't sign anything with an out-of-state roofer. God bless.
I don't think there's any here right now.
No, not right now.
Because there hasn't been any
You
storms.
get a big hailstorm.
Any big one.
They've all been these little spotty ones. The springs have barely got anything. So, no, it's, I've probably, about a year ago, and it just, I was tired of my hands, you know, I got such bad.
Oh my God, yeah.
So, you play linebacker for a lot of years.
So do you need more as time goes on, or no? It's the same line every.
No, it doesn't do
from now
tolerance.
How much do you
use it?
Like, what is it, milligrams?
I don't know, but they say this doesn't build tolerance. You know
How many
Tylenol
drops do you
doesn't build
Just
tolerance.
one
Normal shit.
That's it?
Why opiates do? I don't know. Do you know what? Fucking opiates are the best thing.
It sounds almost like a, what do you call it?
Like it's just, you take a little bit in there, you're getting sued.
Or you take a whole.
I mean,
drop.
also,
Yeah.
they not only build the tolerance,
So I
and
just
they're
got
habit
some
forming,
Like
but
almost
they
like
make
an
you more
allergy med is
sensitive
what I
to
was going
pain.
to say.
They do
And it
just
builds
the
up in your
opposite after
system.
time.
When you're off. It's been really good for me. I mean, I still, you know.
Well, you're a perfect example of it, man. I mean, you've got aches and pains.
And I can, you know, work out and still work in the field and
I
do
want to
stuff.
get you some, I mean, like
After
I said,
you're
if
doing
it
it
broke, don't fix it, but I'd like to send you some other pens.
That would be great.
Just see if it measures up.
Yeah.
After you're doing it for a while, to be curious after you work out, because you're generally fucking sore the next day, man.
That's what I can only do every other day. But I couldn't even do that. I couldn't even do that if it wasn't for the testosterone and the
Yeah, testosterone's wonderful. No matter what, with testosterone, it's not something you necessarily feel, but it's working inside your body for your bones, osteoarthritis, your brain function.
go off it for a little bit. And it's like, getting up in the morning.
See, that's what I've always said, and that's the one thing that scares the shit out of me about those shots.
Testosterone is testosterone.
I'm just telling you, when I see the effects of when it wears off, you know, Suzanne's
But
on it,
it's
you're
not
on it.
worse, though, Mark. It's not like you get hooked on it.
So you don't think your body stops producing as much when the levels are that high?
Mark, that's true. Really,
No, I realize it's low.
You don't become dependent. It's just that your body starts functioning at a higher level. However, listen to this. Some people are on a higher level anyway, and the testosterone they don't feel, but they still need it. It still gives protection to the heart. It still helps.
That's the only thing I like about
it. Still helps protection from cancer. It still helps sexual function. It still helps other things. You know, I tell people I've long stopped feeling an actual effect because I got used to just being normal. I don't say, wow, I got a boost.
That's exactly right.
But you know, it's.
I've been on it 9 years.
I don't know how to put it. You take fucking vitamins, you don't feel it. but it's helping your body be balanced. I mean, you don't feel vitamin D, but vitamin D is definitely helping bind cells and help you. Just like fish oil. You don't do it to feel something. It's not getting high, although some people do feel something. It's just...
I've been doing it 9 years.
With what, pellets?
Is your wife on it too?
No. Pellets? Are you taking a shot?
Suzanne loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Pellets are just a normal, any testosterone is going to help you, but pellets really are even. That's what I like about it.
I do every 6 days.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
But you peak and valley.
Yeah, but it stays pretty consistent.
That's another thing I was going to say about the pellets, though. You don't do it weekly,
honestly,
but when they wear off, I think the valleys are way bigger.
But it isn't. It isn't. It truly, actually, is just the opposite. You can, and there's clinical studies. It's not bullshit. The pellets do this, and then do this.
Slowly drop.
In fact, the pellets are so slow. They're using it to get people off of opiates. They're actually putting
not testosterone.
No. They're putting drugs in them because they wean off so gradually that people
that's smart, actually.
Start being...
they should do that with nicotine.
What is that called? Dopamine? Taper. They start tapering. It tapers so gradually. Mark, it doesn't fall off and you go, oh.
No.
It doesn't.
And you look at,
but the peak seems to hit quick.
And Tom, what are you? 66. He's 66. I turned 60 in October.
Yeah.
I mean, people look at us and they go, "Are you kidding?"
I would never fucking take you for 60. Jesus, that's a good testament to healthy living.
It's a good testament for 9 years.
But it was after I beat the shit out of myself. Think about that. I mean, a lot of guys that play football at 60 are fucking old men.
I stayed working out and doing that, but my hands are starting to get that. The next boost on top of it was the CBD. It was getting in, it was like all of a sudden the inflammation in the elbows.
Now it's important, by the way, that you monitor your estrogen.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, they do. I'm at the.
Well, we should know.
I'm at a men's.
I wish I could get more.
I do it for sleeping, but you got to keep doing it.
I wish I could get more stuff, more.
When are you going to get some of the
more delivery, more in pellet form? So it's so wonderful. I wish they could do other things in pellets, like your multis, so you don't have to take it everywhere. I wish. I don't know if they're experimenting with that or not. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get product as soon as I just text Dan and say, this is what I need. I've just not done it. I mean, I will absolutely get it. You want topical. And
I want topical, but after that, I'll try that other shit too, just in general. I don't know I don't have no pain though. I don't.
Well, if you don't.
After ragaball, I have some pain.
Okay, it's not
specifically for a particular symptom. It's just that over time. But
if it's uninflammatory or whatever, that's good. What was?
My testosterone level when I got tested at 50 years old was 160.
What was the norm? 250 or?
Well, no. The doctors tell you 400. That's what the doctors tell. But true optimum is about 1,000.
Yeah. So it's. You got 700.
It's the Troubleshooter Show.
And then instantly, I got my life.
Yeah.
Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Well, it goes to show. I mean, God gave it to you, and then it starts weaning off. You replenish it like food.
Women have been on this.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints. Listen. Knocking on doors. Everyone does it. I just say don't make that the way you choose a roofer. I don't care who it is. Don't choose a roofer based only on door knocking. What you need to do is shop and find this. Here's what I want you to find. Now, I don't care so much about no money down, although like Excel Roofing takes zero money down and you only pay when you're 100% satisfied and complete. Mark Szymanski, how do you do it at Genesis? How do you do it?
We'll take a deposit when the materials are getting there.
Good. And I always say materials are delivered, fine. Right. Work starts, fine. So either way, never pay ahead of the game, okay? So you don't just sign over your insurance check. The other thing I say, make the roofer, and I don't know, Mark is here from Genesis Total Exteriors. I don't know if he does this, and it's not mandatory. I just say this. don't accept a bid or an estimate without a complete breakdown of cost and material. That's it. Because I want to know what that roofer thinks I need before talking to an adjuster, not making a deal with the adjuster. So I don't want him to say whatever insurance says. No, don't ever go with someone who says whatever insurance says, because insurance isn't going to say what you need. They will try to screw you. I also don't want private meetings with the adjuster and the roofer, because there are roofers who will say to an adjuster, well, here's my bid, and then the adjuster says, well, we're not paying for that, and that, and the roofer says, oh, okay. And, but you needed it. But the roofer would rather have the job than not, so he'll say, okay, I won't do that, and that. And so you want someone to advocate for you. So you want a roofer that will put their name down, accept reasonable payment at reasonable times, not just sign over your insurance check. You want one with no penalties, and you want one that will give you a complete estimate and then meet with the adjuster after the adjuster looks at the roof, not together. That's my thing. That's me. So definitely you should never have to sign for an inspection unless it truly is something that says you're allowed to do it. But most of them are a sneaky way to get you under contract. Here, just sign here for an inspection. And really, it's a contract. Bob mentioned somebody from my referral list was knocking on doors. That's fine. I don't blame them. If they're in the neighborhood, knock on doors. Genesis does, Excel does, everyone does. I'm just saying don't choose based on that. Choose based on how they do business. Now, did Excel present you, Premier. Did Premier present you with an inspection authorization they wanted you to sign?
No.
Okay.
They
Good.
asked for permission to look at it.
Good. No, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I was just wanting to make sure that you're not these companies that say you need to sign this so we can inspect your roof. That's a contract.
Right. And what they did was they presented that contract after they looked at it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Inspection report agreement, and it specified not only what the damage was, but the replacement, the type of material, how many cleaners.
I'm really happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that Premier did it right. But
I also refused to sign it.
Okay, you don't have to.
There are like 27 conditions on the back side of it.
Okay.
And I hadn't read it, so they just gave it to me, and they gave me photos of the roof, and they
good.
They couldn't have been nicer.
That's great. So if you're asking me what you should do, that's a good way of doing business. Read it over if you like it, or call someone else on the referral list and make your decision. What you have just described is the perfect way to do business. Do you have another question?
I do. How important is it for the contractor to be present during the insurance adjuster's inspection?
Well, I just told you that. I don't care if they're there or not. As long as they did one, let the adjuster do one. Then, hold on, if there is a big discrepancy, then they can get back together again. What were you going to say? Mark Szymanski is with Genesis Total Exteriors. By the way, they do the roofing and the siding and the windows and the decks and inside and outside, but they do a lot of insurance work. Right. So what?
Right. And so what we like to do, we do like to be there when the adjuster's there, and we walk and we like we want the homeowner there too.
But it's after you did your inspection.
Yeah, we just go first and look. Okay, yes, you should call in a claim.
Yeah. Then
it's like, okay, we'd like to be when the adjuster's here and the homeowner's there. Then we walk it, and then what happens is then the insurance goes off on their own, and they come up with their own estimate. We don't see it then and there.
Right.
And we can point out things like, well, gee, is this damage or is not? Is this hail damage or not? And make a decision right there. And sometimes they'll come back and they'll approve it, and sometimes they don't. If they don't, then like in our office, we have 2 full-time people. That's all they do is supplements. They fight with the insurance company that know this is part of the damage that you need to include in your estimate. So
listen, man, I think that there's nothing wrong with them being there with the adjuster, but there's nothing wrong with them not being there. If they are there with the adjuster, I truly want to know what they think first, okay? I just don't want – I should put it this way. If it's someone I trust, I don't care. But I'm talking to people that don't know the roofers like I do. For example, if Mark Szymanski wanted to meet with my insurance company or Jay Brett's, with Excel Roofing or Premier or those guys, I wouldn't care. But when I'm talking in general, you're not me. You don't know them personally. So I would say if you're going to have a roofer meet with the adjuster, then you should have them do it after they've looked at it and told you what you need. I don't want roofers being influenced by an adjuster. I don't want them being undersold. Now, that's just me. I don't want it happening. I want someone who told me what I need. So now I know what I need. I've always given this example. If a roofer says I need A, B, C, D, and E, the adjuster comes and says you need A, B, and C. Now I know, wait a minute. My expert said I need A, B, and C, D, and E. Now, what if they didn't tell me what I needed and they met with the adjuster and the adjuster says, and the roofer says, well, I think he needs A, B, C, D, and E. And then the adjuster says, well, I'm sorry, then forget it. We're not paying for it. We're only paying for A, B, and C. Now, you have some roofers, I'm not talking about my people, you have some roofers that would say, okay, fine, because they want the job. They don't want to fight. And then they go to the homeowner and say, we got it taken care of. I'm going to be starting the job next week. And you don't ever get to know what you didn't get.
I got a perfect example for that.
Okay.
State Farm stopped paying for roof vents if they didn't have dents. They want you to reuse it.
Okay.
So I'm ripping off a roof vent. I'm not going to reuse that because it's been compromised when we tore it off. So us as a company, State Farm says, no, we're not paying. So we just say, we're still putting a new one on, and I'm just going to eat the cost.
Okay, cool.
So
but at least the homeowner knows there is a discrepancy. So 303-713-TALK. Bill, let me start your call. What's going on with you, Bill? And Dana, we did not forget about you in the Springs. What's going on, Bill? Bill, what's happening?
Oh, life, I guess.
What do you mean? Tell me what you're calling about, man. What can we help you with?
Okay. I'm from Oklahoma.
Okay.
And, anyway, so, I'm a recovering addict. I moved to Colorado to get away from Oklahoma because there was nowhere I could go without running into trouble.
Is there a big drug problem in Oklahoma?
Oh, awful.
Really? What was your drug of choice? What was your drug of choice?
Meth.
Oh, my God. How are you doing on your recovery?
I'm doing great.
Really?
Great. Colorado has changed my life.
How many days clean have you been?
Since last May.
That
is
is
almost a year and a half. So.
That is great.
Were you on a reservation there?
Well, the whole state of Oklahoma is a reservation.
So hold on, Bill.
Yeah.
Are you on any alternative treatment? Is a doctor seeing you, or are you just cold turkey?
Well, I went to rehab here in Colorado.
Okay.
But yes, cold turkey and all that. Yeah.
All right. Why don't you hold on? I want to give you more time, okay? I'm going to come back to you and more. I'm Tom Martino.
There's a 4-hour movie coming out.
I hear there's a 4-hour.
I love Rob Zombie shit, but I don't think I can do a 4-hour movie.
What is it on? How we don't rip up the roof.
It's a zombie movie.
When we're replacing the roof, can somebody come out here?
4 hours, 3 hours and 50 minutes.
That was a couple of years ago because they just, you're just going to get this and this.
The reservations are horrible, man, for meth. For
huge hidden health costs of climate change.
What's that?
Huge hidden health costs of climate change that you didn't know about.
Right.
Excel Roofing, we were just talking about roofing. I love recommending Jay Brett's at Excel Roofing, 303-761-6400. It's excelroofing.com. Look, we love people that run businesses right. And as businesses go, you're not going to find many run as well as Excel Roofing. So you never pay a cent until you're content, period. And he will give you a complete estimate. That's locally owned and operated since '93, and 30,000 growing. The list is growing. 30,000 satisfied customers and more. ExcelRoofing.com. 303-761-6400. I know Jay personally. He's the owner, and you can expect the very best every time. No blank contracts, no money up front. You pay when the job is done, and there are no cancellation penalties. He wants to earn your business each and every day. 303-761-6400. I lost track of time. Thank you for that cue. Was I over?
Small business. Every penny counts. So saving up to 30% on
When you see me with a blank stare, you know why.
That's why you need a workers' comp rate check from High Insurance. Now available for small business owners in your area. Workers' comp insurance rates may vary, and yours may have changed since you got your current policy. That's why High Insurance invites you to get an online quote right from your computer or smartphone. Simply go to highinsurance.com. You'll know in just minutes if you're overpaid. High Insurance is built a better way to make workers' comp a no-brainer. With an easy online experience and outstanding service, High's coverage is A-rated by AM Best and helps protect your business and your employees. Plus, it could save you up to 30%. Do yourself a favor. Find out if your small business is overpaying for workers' comp insurance. Check your rate today.
Can you believe they tried to say that there are 419 premature deaths due to climate change? How the fuck can you how you calculate? This bullshit news. You talk about fake news. 419, not 500.
Where are you reading this?
Some news release from the Hastings group.
OAC.
New York City's allowing 1 million kids to walk out to this climate, this climate thing. That Swedish girl, whatever, whatever her.
In a nutshell, Tom, I think it's just important to get to the point with Jeff, or his name is, he's going by Bill, sorry. Landlord says, if you don't let me put my pot plants in my house while you're renting the place, you're out. And he says, my 16-year-old son's coming back from Oklahoma. I got to have these pot plants out of my house. So there's no written agreement for the lease, but they gave him this. I don't even know if this is a real service or if this is
he has a month-to-month right now?
I would assume so because he says there's nothing in writing.
Okay, then
But
is there a verbal month-to-month? He only needs a 10-day.
It sounded like they were
But here's the
trying
deal.
to
I don't
Tommy.
understand how this guy is.
It sounded like they were trying to do a deal together. Hey, let me grow my pot plants in my house while you rent it, and I'll give you a cut of what we sell. It all goes to hell in a handbasket. He says, get the pot out. Landlord says, I want the pot in. That is what I understood.
Well, he could. Okay, I know exactly what to tell him.
Okay, and I'm surprised he hasn't cussed yet. Because
He was the
worse
roofer,
than Mark
right?
Major.
No way.
Cool.
So listen, I'm trying to work into conversations. We have found, we've done a lot of research on this, that working into regular conversations.
Oh, that's exactly,
that's exactly what I do with you, is that it's really important, even when those conversations are not directly related to what you do, because when I say Mike from so-and-so, it just builds a personality. We're really trying to make you guys synonymous with, oh, they're with the Martino Show, or they're on a referral list, or they're consumer advocates. Because even if you're talking about another topic, it will spill over to what you do. Yeah, and it will.
And rated A+ with a Better Business Bureau. We're so sure we can help. We offer you a money-back guarantee. Call Larson Tax Relief today. 844 Larson Tax. That's 844 Larson Tax.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com.
I think he meant
bright sunshine, but building clouds. High 82.
I need to get a paper clip.
Tonight down to 56. I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31.1.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, repeat, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
And you do roofing primarily? Roofing, siding, windows. You haven't done any interiors yet. What would you want?
Just because we have a chance sometimes when we're in for homeowners, like for example, I've got a guy, my ex-man told me, really, really good.
Tom Martino here. I got a comment from a guy. I'm not sure who he's commenting about. He said it's a bonehead caller.
Bill, I will go right back to you with this landlord hassle. Please hang there. Joey, what is this comment regarding? Joey? Joey?
Tom?
Yes, sir. What did you want to comment on, Joey?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Tom, I'm a long-time listener, sometimes caller.
Yeah, I think that the guy that was talking about the psychotropic drugs and the CBD oil.
Yeah.
He doesn't. I don't think the guy has a firm grasp of what people go through that have to take those drugs. And I've been taking lithium for a long time, like maybe 30 years.
Yes, I know many people on lithium. My mom was part of the first lithium trials in America.
Wow.
It changed her entire life. I didn't have a mom. She was institutionalized for a while. Lithium completely snapped her out of a stupor, and she was my mom again. It was the most amazing thing we ever experienced.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I wasn't institutionalized, but I could have been, but it just, the guy had enough, not even enough information on that psychotropic drugs. I'm surprised.
Well, let's face it. They are, listen, they're getting a bum rap, and so do painkillers. Well, painkillers in a lot of cases, they deserve the bum rap. But with antidepressants, let's face it, they do get a bum rap, and they are overused. But, Joey, we have a tendency in America to overreact. Because something is bad, it's bad for everyone. Okay, let's take this vaping. Okay, I understand. I understand the problems with vaping. And God help us, we don't want our kids vaping. I think the original intent of vaping could have been really wonderful, the stated intent. I'm not even saying it's a genuine intent, but it is 90% safer than cigarettes. And it does help people get off cigarettes. So it does have some benefits. No, you don't want kids vaping, and you don't want people starting vaping. It was an idea of getting you off the other stuff.
I don't agree. I think they did it to try to get kids hooked on nicotine.
I just said that the stated purpose was probably not genuine. I am saying that the real thing of getting people off of smoking is wonderful. It's not, I don't think it's wonderful to start a brand new habit. I mean, now we have cigarettes and we have vaping, and then we have this, and especially for kids. And of course, when they make like orange marmalade and cotton candy and unicorn spit, I mean, this is like, we're talking, then they say, well, we're not targeting kids, bubblegum flavors. But here's the point, though. It's getting a bad rap for everyone. Yet, there are some chronic smokers that found a way to get off cigarettes. For them, it is a benefit. The same goes with antidepressants. They hand them out like candy. It might even be the intent of the drug companies to get people hooked on them. But that doesn't mean there are not some genuine benefactors. But we have a tendency to say, if it's bad for everyone. That's the problem. That's the problem. Just like gender identification. Seriously. No. I'm not kidding. There are people that are quite content to have their little girls grow up as girls and their boys grow up as boys like they see it. Then there are others who don't want to assign an identity, and they want the child to stumble around and find their own. Okay.
It's moronic.
No, but hold on now. What I'm saying is, if people think that self-gender identification of itself in a neutral environment is good, okay, but then don't tell me or some guy living in Idaho or in middle America, don't assign a gender. We must not be binary.
Didn't God assign the gender for the most part?
Listen, this debate will go on and on and on and on and on. But think about this. No matter what we do in America, you can't change the world. I love when you have a bunch of people getting around and deciding about gender and then go to a Muslim country and tell them that. Or go to an African tribe and tell them that. Oh, no more gender. Here's the point, is that what's good for one is never good for all. And what's good for all is not good for everyone. You just got to figure it out. And I'm so sick and tired of people shoving stuff up my butt and then telling me it's candy. We got more coming up. Oh, no, we don't. Oh, we do. I'm taking an early break.
This is Denver's
I
talk
looked down at
station.
my timer and it said 30.
Yeah, you nailed it. I don't care. Just don't
Leave
tell
me
me
alone, for
what I've got
God.
to do.
I know it.
Like, you can't say that. I go, well, yeah, I can.
A kid at school, you gotta identify who you are.
Be ready for some areas of
Today you might be he,
traffic
she, tomorrow you're her.
He, him.
Anywhere between 270 and I-25 through that construction zone.
No, but gender is the true gender is either male or female as far as anybody in the world, right?
There will be people that will argue with you on that.
Okay.
Well,
They will. Go to
I'm not
you're
talking gay.
Hold on.
I'm
hold on.
talking-
See this? Dan, what's boo? Here.
Oh, yeah. Is that Boo?
No, boo is this.
You have a high near
Is that,
86.
do you know what we're talking about?
50% chance
Oh,
of
my God.
Showers or
Oh,
thunderstorms
it's not
afternoon.
God.
Right now, it's
The
74.
problem, the
You're in
thing
fine
is,
traffic
those
and
people
weather.
have always
I'm
been
Chris
here.
McLaughlin,
It's just
6:30
now they
anyhow.
have a stage.
No, they've not been here to the number. We vindicate because we have aggregation. We have communication we never had before.
Oh, big time. Everybody can find people like him now. Seriously.
Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. IdealHomeLoans.com. 303-867-7000. What do I love about Ideal? Listen, this is important for you. That's why I love doing commercials that are about consumer advocacy. They have an interest rate guarantee. No matter when you refinance, if rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. That lasts for 2 years. They have credit optimization. Being approved is not alone, is not, satisfactory. Being approved is wonderful, but they go beyond that. They get your credit score up higher to get you better pricing. It's legal and it's quick. They do also custom term loans. You want the lower rate, but you don't want to go back to 30 years. Pick your term. And then don't forget, of course, all written guarantees. That's IdealHomeLoans.com. Ideal. 303-867-7000. I can't believe I took an early break, but that's all right. I got a long time to talk. By the way, chime in on anything you want. That's all. And then I'm going to call you out on a few of these calls.
The ones that are wild to me is when they get a sex change and then date the same sex they were dating before, like Bruce Jenner, the Wheaties guy. He turns into a girl to still date men. Or no, wait, what did he do?
He didn't
to still date women.
I don't think he had it locked off, though. He didn't have his...
No.
Well, then you can't say it's gender reassignment.
Well, he's got tits.
He's got what?
Tits.
Mark, he's a Q.
What does that mean?
Questioning.
Oh, is that what Q means? That's what Q means? I didn't know that.
You know that?
I didn't know that.
It's LBGY.
QTWXY.
Zero for people
like HVAC.
Zero for people who like zebras.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't know Q was questioning. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, that's the whole idea. That encompasses everyone. I mean, but Mark's not questioning. He's definitely binary. He believes in yin and yang.
Just wait till lawsuits come out saying, hey, they chopped it off before.
But that's what I'm saying. Even though America thinks the world isn't progressing, the fucking world is back in the Stone Age.
Oh, Europe.
And we let come on.
Europe's some places in Europe are
Oh,
further
yeah.
along than we are, if you want to call it that.
If you go that further along.
That's what I mean.
Take care of jaw alignment, help you with
I'm always interested to see the people who are against, law enforcement and regulations, and, no one should have guns and all this stuff. And I always go to them and say, so when you get in trouble, do you call your crack dealer, or who do you exactly call for help? You're cute on the street, I have a little story I guess to talk about. Following justice. Well, what is the only thing standing between you and me, like pulling your head off your butt?
See the world in a whole new light.
And that's law. If there was no law,
I know.
Well, in your own moral.
What's that movie?
There was no law.
What was the movie
Were
called?
that offensive to
Where
you?
one day there's no law. What was the movie?
Oh, there's people that I would kill.
How about that movie?
But there's laws.
Well,
So that's what
I can't think of anybody I'd kill.
Whether it's a
Oh, I do.
or whether that's
Really? Right now?
all law.
If Gary Pappas
Oh,
could
okay.
disappear off the face of the planet, I'd have no problem.
Hey, Mark, have you seen, what was that movie where I didn't see it yet, where one day there's no law?
Oh, Anarchy.
No, it's an actual
you know what it's called. There's 3 or 4 of them.
Really?
The Purge.
And it's like,
It's a good movie.
do people like hide for that day or? Yeah, well,
The rich people have like homes that turn into barricades.
Right. So for that one day, whatever you do.
Oh, it's just one day?
Yeah, one day.
Now there is certain as the series went on, or the movie series, there's different government people are exempt from it. They still can't kill certain people. But in the very first one, everybody was wide open.
So how do you even conduct your,
This horn goes off.
I wouldn't want to be on a coffee shop serving coffee. They say, hey, you got it, blue train, boom.
That's how it is. I mean, basically.
Is it,
Why haven't you seen it?
I don't know, I got to, I have to. For one reason,
Seen it, right?
Is it on Netflix or what?
Probably.
for one reason I had to see it.
No, Netflix actually has a series, a TV series, The Purge. I haven't seen that.
The first movies, the first 3 were good. The 4th one was a total political hack.
Oh, the Trump one.
No, it was the first Purge, and it was all about.
I'm Tom Martino, your
Troubleshooter. Now listen, I'm going to go back to Bill, and we have a long time to talk because I took a break early, so you guys can chime in. Dropped in to say hi, Mike Smith from Smith Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling down in the Springs. We got Mark Szymanski from Genesis.
Robinson, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Smith
I know.
is the company. You're right. It's
Trust
Mark
me,
Robinson.
it's
no, I know that. He took over Smith for years. Okay. So, Bill, by the way, I've been briefed on your situation, so I want to sum it up. And I have this notice you've gotten. You went in there on a verbal month-to-month. Is that correct, sir?
Well, we met just a couple. I gave the guy like 6 months up
Bill,
front. And
Bill, you gave him 6 months payment up front?
Yes.
Okay, but you had no agreement, right?
Yes, we had a lease.
You had a written lease?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Suzanne said there was she didn't know about a written lease. So your written lease is a written lease, so we'd like to see it because under the written lease, terms and conditions would be spelled out. And if this guy, this landlord, is demanding that you have pot growing in the house while you're renting it, and you're a recovering addict, by the way, whether you're a recovering addict or not has nothing to do with this, okay? Nothing at all. But it just means that you have a reason, but it doesn't have any legal meaning that I know of. So here's the deal. You have a lease. Does the lease, the written lease, say that the landlord can store things or grow pot or anything like that?
No.
Okay, then he can't demand to do so. So then we have a disagreement. And if he wants to get you out of there, he has to have a reason. In other words, you had to have broken the lease.
Or he waits till the lease is up
Right.
and then doesn't renew it.
Right. So this notice I see here, demand for rent or possession on you and what I assume is your wife, is this at the end of the lease, or is this because he owes money, or you owe him money, or what?
Yes, it's well. The thing is, he says we owe him money, and we owe.
This is because they're not paying.
No, here's what I need to know, Bill. The 6 month, you had a 6 month written lease or a 1 year written lease?
1 year.
Okay, when does the 1 year written lease expire?
Well, it expired September 9/1.
This says that he owes $31.80 for August and September and a water bill.
I just want to know something. It expired on September of this year. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, did he renew the lease?
No.
Okay. So, did he tell you to leave before that, or was it going to revert to a month-to-month? That's what happens.
Month-to-month.
Okay. So now, from September 1st onward, it went month-to-month. So now I have a question. Does the original lease ask that you pay the water bill?
Yes.
Okay. And I appreciate your answers. This makes it really easy for us to help you. Now, did you pay all the water bill?
Not yet.
Okay.
We had a payment arrangement with the water, the electric, because the growing the weed for this guy skyrocketed everything.
Okay. What about, I can see that, but here's the problem. As far as the lease goes, it doesn't say you pay water and electric except the part for growing pot, and we're sorry that you get a longer period because
but the
we're growing
main deal
pot.
is the August and September rent due.
Did you pay August rent?
That's the thing. So
that's a yes or a no, though. Hold on. You were so good with yes or no's.
I mean, yes and no. He says no. We say yes.
Okay. How did you pay? How did you pay? How did you pay?
The product.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
He took the marijuana.
But wasn't it his?
He growed in this house, so it was 50-50. That's what the agreement was.
Do you have a written agreement that says that?
No, because he's
okay.
None of that.
I understand. I believe you. He probably did trick you. Here's what I hear happening. What I hear happening. You didn't want him growing anymore, and he wanted to keep going, right?
Right. And
since you didn't want him to do it, he wanted to get you out of there. So therefore, he said your rent's due, and you said no. I already paid it because I get half of the pot. He's going to say that's not true. And by the lease terms, if you go to an eviction hearing, I think, although this is not a legal opinion, I think you're going to lose because you're going to say to the judge, Your Honor, I did pay. He's going to say, where's your proof of payment? You're going to say he sold some pot. And then they're going to say, well, where's the agreement that says you get proceeds from the pot and you don't have one? And he's going to get rid of you. Why don't you let him keep growing pot? You've been doing it for a year.
Because it became illegal.
I didn't know it's illegal?
I had a child in the house, yes. Well, I mean, after so many plants, it's illegal.
Oh.
So when I read the laws of Colorado,
I didn't know.
Having a child in this house, I told him it's illegal.
Okay.
So
I don't know if it is or not. Listen, I don't know if it is or not. I'm taking your word at it. You're saying
when it became illegal, I told him, get it. We have to get it out.
How many plants?
A lot. I mean,
like 100.
At one point, it was over 200 plants.
Holy moly! That's a lot of dope.
Well, why don't you tell?
The legal number 6, Tom.
6? Wow.
For any
per adult person.
Per adult person.
Well, but wait, maybe he's got 75 people there.
No.
So listen, man.
And this guy just kept bringing it in.
Here's your best chance. This is way beyond a normal dispute. You're going to just wait until he has an eviction hearing and show up and hope the judge sees it your way. I don't know what else to tell you. The judge just might listen to you and say, you know what, man? This guy has an illegal pot grow, and he might. I don't know what he'll do, but
yeah, but won't the landlord just say, no, it's my tenant's pot?
That's the thing. The landlord.
If you go, to court,
his ass could be grass.
Right.
So we did not know, to do a background check on our landlord. They never had.
But right now, Bill, here's what we need to do. We need to look at today's problem today. And by everything here, you owe rent and you owe water, and he can get you out of there. I don't think all of this extraneous stuff is going to help you because as is what, Mark Szymanski just said from Genesis, he said, look, all the guy has to do is claim it was your pot.
He knows nothing about it.
I don't see a way you can win this thing, but you either leave peacefully or you're going to have a problem, I think, with an eviction.
So like the text messages, him threatening, like losing my son and stuff like that. Like I got pictures of that.
Well, hold on. What does that text message prove? What exactly did the text message?
Well, I mean, one of the voicemails saying, it goes in about how it would get ugly if I didn't grow for him, like more or less like.
Well, if he said, listen, man, that's good. If you have a text that says, if you don't let me keep growing, it's going to get ugly and I'm going to have your son taken away. If you have those texts, you need to keep them. I mean, sure, anything that you have is good. But remember this, Bill, after everything is said and done, the only thing you're going to do, is get at the most one more month, because since it is month to month, he can simply evict you. He doesn't have to have a reason. He can simply say, okay, you win. You paid September. Therefore, we want you out at the end of October, or we want you out at the end of September. He can, with a month to month, all he has to do is give you the notice required by the previous lease, and then you're out. So let's just say you win your argument totally. That doesn't mean you get another year there. Do you understand that?
Right.
It only gives you another month-to-month arrangement that he can end at any time.
So, yeah, Tom, so like we agreed this, like this, the 1st of September, we met, right? We agreed. So he said, this is what you owe me, and then we said, this is what you owe us. And so we came to agreement that at the end of October, or the middle of October, we would be out of here. And that's all we're asking.
And do you have, do you have that agreement, an agreement in writing?
No, we don't.
Then you're not going to be able to prove it.
All I got is it was on recording. My
well,
wife
that's
recorded
good.
Everything.
That's good. Bring that. You keep laying these bombs on me. That's good. You actually have a recording?
Send us what you have.
Yeah, send us what you have. Man, it sounds to me like if you stay put and just leave in the middle of October, that's it. What can he do anyway? Why don't just do it? Why do you even need us? Bill, why don't you
like the next
He can't get you out of there before then. By the time he went to court and all of that, even if he was successful, I don't see him getting you out of there before the middle of October.
That's all we're asking. That's what I didn't know.
You might not even have to ask if you're listening.
What I'm saying is, Bill, you may not even have to do anything. And I don't know why the lease, is he using an assumed name? Is that why he's saying Bill? Because the lease is under someone else's name. So Bill is not your real name, right, Bill?
That's right.
Oh, okay. So listen, man, just do what I said, call him, or excuse me, or keep your evidence, wait for your summons, go to court, and stretch the time out. I don't know what else you can do. Dana, I'm so sorry for the wait. What is going on, Dana?
I had a transmission problem, so I took my car down to B&M Transmission Repair.
Okay.
They've had my car for five weeks and 2 days as of today.
Wow. Why were they there so... Now, you haven't paid him anything, have you?
Yes. About a week ago.
What did you pay them?
$4,362.31.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. It was sitting there 4 weeks, and you pay him $4,000. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because figured that because I was stupid.
Wait a minute. Did they say to you, Dana, we have your car, we've had it for 4 weeks, pay us $4,000? Or did they say, we finally got around to figuring out what's wrong and we'll fix it? I mean, you got to give me something here. Why did you pay him $4,000 after 4 weeks?
Well, because I was under the assumption from them that it was going to be done.
Okay, and what did they say they would do for the $4,000 or whatever, $4,000 plus?
They ordered a kit, a filter, a valve body, solenoid pack module.
Well, you should have had an entire rebuilt transmission for that. Is that what they said they would do?
So he gave me an invoice, and it was just kind of like a receipt, so he doesn't have everything listed.
Okay, when does he say it will be done?
Well, I was told Thursday of last week. I was told Friday of last week.
I've dealt with this company before.
Are they good, bad, or indifferent?
They came through, and I think they made it right, whatever it was.
Now, where is B&M located?
It's in Colorado Springs.
No, okay.
I'm thinking of a different one then.
Okay, so are you calling simply because you paid in advance and now you want your car?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Well, I get you. We need to call him for you. I mean, if you can show us something.
I'll call him.
What's her name?
Her name is Dana. Colorado Springs, B&M. She paid, what did she say, 4,000, what,
47 or something like that?
So she paid before she picked it up, but after she dropped it off.
She dropped it off. It sat there 4 weeks.
And then she paid it.
And now it's been 5 weeks.
But when did she pay him?
A week ago.
Still some residual delays.
Her name
On
is
freeway,
Dave.
we
Once
are
you're
On that bill, why would his landlord even go to court with that for,
right
Because
around
the legal
Tampa.
pot girl is gonna
Today,
come up.
mixed sunny skies for the high near
Like,
81.
the max you
Overnight
can
low of
have in the
53, and then
spring, so
tomorrow,
most surrounding
have a high
areas,
near
in a
86
singular
with a
home,
30%
is
chance of
24,
showers or
25.
thunderstorms afternoon. Right
So,
now, it's 74.
even recreation.
Here impacts traffic
Most
and
you
weather
can
on
have is
Chris
6
McLaughlin,
per adult now.
6:30 K-House.
Or
Indeed,
if you
we're
have
used
it,
by over
if you
3
have
million
a
businesses
medical
are
card
hiring,
card
where business
with a
owners
growth,
and HR professionals can post
permit,
job openings
you
with
can
screener.
grow 24 in the spring, 25 in the summer. How do I know?
Centeno Schultz.
Learn more at
Who do you think builds the grow?
Centeno Schultz is living stem cell
plumbing,
therapy.
electrical,
If
you
you
need
if you need living stem cell therapy, please, Centeno Schultz is the only clinic I endorse for a reason. First of all, Dr. Chris Centeno started it. Way back, he started it in a clinical setting for humans. Now, you'll see and hear so many clinics promising stem cells, and they're just not giving them to you. If they do amniotic fluid or umbilical cord blood or anything shipped into a clinic, they do not have living stem cells in them, then you cannot get living stem cell treatment, and it won't work. Centeno Schultz has proven it. Please go to their seminars and find out more. Don't get ripped off. Go to the experts, okay? Now, they have in many cases helped people avoid surgery. In other cases, have found less invasive or less expensive therapies. AvoidSurgeryToday.com. For a full orthopedic clinic, AvoidSurgeryToday.com.
Message and data rates may apply up to 5 messages a month. T&C and privacy policy. .com/privacy. Reply after offers not to cancel.
How would you like to win your very own Tesla Model S sedan? Yes, your own Tesla with a range of over 350 miles and unparalleled acceleration. There are no
I think
vehicles
that
like
this
it on
guy
the road
should
today.
have a lot
Oh,
of
and with over 150 additional prizes, including a Toyota Prius and 3
See,
vacations, your
it's-
odds of winning
it's over,
are
just
1
move out, I guess.
That's
Just
right,
people
1
that
in
have
100.
this
Just text enter.
little.
All right, I got it all figured out.
Okay, good.
Your exclusive promotion code and link. Once you get to the Boys and Girls Club of Denver,
Hey, man, how much time do I
automatically
have?
entered. Plus, it's great knowing you're helping kids through Boys and Girls Club of Denver. But hurry, enter by Friday.
I've definitely dealt with that before.
What kind of car was that? I didn't hear that.
I don't know.
When you buy 3 or more.
That's a lot of transmission.
Nah.
Wait, it is, Mark, for a transmission rebuild?
Yeah, I'd say budget's average is 4 to 45. I'd say give her a little less.
I thought they were like
25.
25.
Yeah, I thought it was like.
There's some out there that are, but I mean, you know.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you want excellence in roofing, Excel Roofing. They don't hand you a blank contract.
Come on, man. I know you want to buy half that.
They want
Boss,
you to
I'll
know
let you use it.
You know what? There are circumstances that sometimes tell me, but I would way get the raw end of the deal because I couldn't use it except every now and then with my kids.
And then I'd probably be in it.
No, and you know,
You can, by the way, you can always use mine. I told you that.
I'm a big believer in partnerships when it comes to.
We use ours all the time, though.
When it comes to things, because I even think of motorcycles sometimes.
You should do so.
A lot of adults, they don't have time to use all their toys.
How about none of your aircraft?
If
though?
I found someone qualified that had the money, I would definitely let someone share me the helicopter. Yeah, but they have
That's a really
first of all,
hard
they have to
person
be
to find.
qualified. Okay, they have to be qualified, and they have to be anal about it. You know, just keep it clean and stuff. Yeah. It's really hard to find.
I heard Liz is looking for a partnership.
As far as
To maintain it?
Yeah.
I always say, oh, mine's perfect. God damn it, yes. I mean, if I prorate it, I would say probably, even though I don't want to say this, you will never, ever get around. They're just maintenance. Just maintenance. And repairs. $1,000 a month prorated since the time I bought it. Easy. Even though you don't do every month $1,000, it'll catch up to you. You will have months of
You do it
trouble
on
supplies, then you'll have an annual. But no matter what, you will never pay probably less than
Good thing.
proration. If you only have 5 years, you're going to pay 60 grand. Yeah, you will. You will. And this doesn't count bullshit, special stuff you want to do.
helicopters more to maintain than planes?
Oh,
Way
God.
fucking way more.
MLS 182-334
And you know
But
what?
is
There's
it
no
more to maintain than your ex-wife?
And there's nothing like Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Make that happen.
Okay.
That was easy. I don't want to talk now. I don't want to brag. And wake a devil.
No, I meant dollars.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Group chat, webinars, video conference rooms.
And Mike, do you sleep better with the CBD?
Phone, your laptop, or conference
I
room.
think that
Zoom
sounds enough.
business gets done. Get your free.
You said that the first round.
Dan didn't give it a chance. He didn't have visible results, so he gave up all
Yeah,
the hidden
the first
results.
time he did.
No, I know, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you don't always have visible feelings, is what I'm saying. But it's doing something, like blood pressure medicine. You don't feel blood pressure medicine. But it's working, right? I mean, so...
You hope.
Yeah. I mean, the clinical data is there. Nobody has to argue that testosterone levels are good for you. You know, certain ones.
What I find weird is how the fake sugars increase your blood sugar.
Yeah, right. It does.
He truly does
Well,
not.
you have $1,000.
I'm busting his balls.
Oh, wait, give me $1,000.
It's
Put
not
$1,000
the
down.
sugar exactly. It's
Well,
not
here-
the actual sugar.
Give me $1,000. I'm going to go get a glucose meter. I'm going to take artificial sweetener, and I'm going to show you that it doesn't.
Because it's not correct. So she's up.
His blood sugar.
Hi,
Tom. Your troubleshooter 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Okay, let's talk.
Angel.
It's Dana, the thing about this mechanic, Mark called, okay?
Yes, I did, sir.
The story is, it was there 4 weeks. She then paid about $4,700 to get her transmission fixed. After it's been there 4 weeks, maybe it took them that long to get around to it, and now she's wondering, what should I do? This is after she paid. She really should have called us before she paid. So, Mark, what did you find out for Dana?
Well, it was her choice to pay. They didn't request it. She wanted to pay in advance for whatever reason.
Okay, I get it.
Their main lead tech, remember, we deal with a lot of great transmission companies on referral lists. It's a craft. The good ones have actual builders inside their shop. These folks, their builder was out for 3 weeks in the hospital. He's back now. She'll have it back most likely this week. Worst scenario next week. They're just waiting on the throttle.
Right now, at this point, Dana, does. There's no downside to waiting an extra week. There's no downside. I know that you want your car, but what I'm saying is, even if we played hardball and you want to do the court route or small claims court or go to authorities or, nothing will be done anyway in a week. So if it's done in a week, fine. If not, then we can bring out the big guns.
And I got a good feeling it is going to be done.
So let's give it a chance.
They've never once told me that their mechanic was out for 3 weeks.
Then maybe they should have communicated.
Run around.
Yeah, I think better communication might have helped. I agree with you,
Of
Dana.
course it would have.
What do you guys find about communication?
You know what I say? You always give them. I mean, why not give them one more chance?
I think, first of all, Szymanski with the Genesis, I will say that home improvement is probably the number one area. No, 2 areas where communication is critical. 2, home improvements and
lawyers.
Exactly,
Attorneys,
lawyers.
man.
Boy, if you're in the middle of a divorce or a lawsuit, I don't care if you have nothing to say. If you call them and say, "I've been working on your case. Sit tight. Things are moving." Oh, what about home improvements?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, it's the most crucial part, and it's something we always try to prove on. Are we perfect? No.
Yeah. So that's for home improvements.
Right.
For lawyers especially, lack of communication, the number one complaint. Okay, I don't think constant communication is necessary for a furnace except for previewing what they're going to get. There's the communication with that beforehand and right afterwards. What do you think?
Yeah, the service business, by and large, the more communication with the customer, the better. Well, we run a couple hundred calls a day.
Right, but when you're doing a job, don't you like your techs? And I always talk about this, and this is Smith Plumbing, Heating, Cooling. Do you preview what you're going to do for them, like step by step?
Yes. Well, if that's during the customer sales call.
Right.
You go through it in detail. We take
then
pictures
afterwards.
And then afterwards we follow.
You just capsulize everything you've done. You show them. You tell them how to operate.
The biggest way to improve the customer experience is to tell them all of the things they will expect to
Exactly.
see during the...
Exactly. You manage expectations, especially with home improvements. I don't care who you are. If you're doing a major home improvement, and I know it's going to be a mess, and I know the first time a woman comes home and she finds this beam out and drywall hanging, electrical fixtures, and cabinets gone, if you did not preview that, if you did not go step by step, boy, will it come back to bite you. And the same with furnaces and stuff, especially when you have new technology. People love nothing more than, okay, you get a state-of-the-art thermostat with a beautiful heating system, or maybe you go an extra mile and they can convert from one thing to another. If they run into an obstacle, oh my God, I want this whole thing torn out. Some customers,
Absolutely.
right?
Yes, sir.
If you don't communicate right.
Yep.
So
plumbing
do you have
is even
follow-up
better
calls you make?
Yeah, but plumbing is even when you do a repipe. You have to cut holes in the wall and all that. And they want the drywall done immediately afterwards, and you say, well, we have to get it inspected first.
I know.
So it's going to be a couple days.
I know.
I hate these holes in my wall. Well,
I know. It's hard. Listen.
Hey, coming up, listen to this, man.
Yes.
Child abuse, reckless cause of injury, obstructing a peace officer.
Yeah, and she said the landlord was picking on her. We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about Nicole's 401k. Please keep her on. Also, you need a loan referral in Iowa. Let's do that one. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, coming up, the Troubleshooter. If you're looking...
Hey, see if Ideal's licensed in Iowa.
2, 3, 3, 4, 5 gates.
No, they're not. Why would they? Shouldn't be licensed.
No,
they have multi-states.
Yeah, I know, but I think I can look. Yeah.
Will it say so on their site?
If it doesn't, I don't know how else we
Well, how about we text
Ideal? Location.
You can have the complete job from beginning to end in 2 years or less.
No, just Arizona, Colorado.
One thing I've found now is straight teeth. You also have better help. They can help with TMJ.
Okay, I wonder what you're going to send them.
What are other
afterward?
They dropped you.
Something happened today. I don't remember. I think they're still hovering around 4 for what do you call it, 30-year.
Well, obviously,
Where are you at? I'm 2.6. But it's 15.
Mine's
5 years. When's your 5 years out? Or are you going to sell before this?
21. I built it at 21.
So what's your thoughts, bro?
No thoughts, bro.
What's your thoughts, bro?
Oh, now I need to change it. Those never go well.
I love it. I didn't realize he. No. He revoked it though. So someone Obama probably gave them the permission.
I thought it would be up to the state. They can do what they want as long as it doesn't go below the national standard.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's why, for whatever reason, that's why they gave him an exemption.
So that's what I'm saying. I thought you could always increase, but you can't decrease.
I've had 2 calls now that K-House cutting in and out in the last 5 minutes. So
You mean on
at 6:30 a.m.
over the air?
Yeah.
I'm seeing where he lives. When you said 40 minutes,
I said 40 miles. It's
yeah,
an
I'm
hour's
seeing.
drive.
I wonder if it brings us down through Elizabeth.
I don't know, but I was like, I don't know if you want to go, or I just wanted to RSVP one way or another.
Let's see where he's actually at. Holy shit, he's in the middle of nowhere.
He is.
Yeah, but we're away.
So now, we're.
Oh, I didn't get directions. Hold on. Let me go back.
Have you heard of the auto change orders?
You see how fair it is in there? You know, look at that.
Isn't that a nice camera?
Yeah. No, look at how. That's the same camera that's here. It's got to be just the lighting.
Have you been able to listen in yet?
No, I don't listen to it.
Clark was.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh,
I'd put them on when they were in there talking.
Right.
They wouldn't know they're on. All I ever hear is naked bowling, reach around.
It's great.
What happens if we go in there and it's done already?
when we X-rayed it and stuff, I'll put it on. I should get a
I
big.
just told Mark, be careful if you go on the phone, take your address or social security number, you know. Be careful.
No, I don't ever.
But we've been having fun. We've been having fun in there. So anyway,
Jesus, this is stupid.
we were talking naked bowling last week. Not that I would ever bowl naked, Dan.
Well, he didn't.
So weird, like.
I thought his boyfriend would do that.
He doesn't get naked. Just the boyfriend does.
Just like when Suzanne and I go, I do.
What, bowling?
Only for laser tag.
Just thinking one of those really.
No, for paintball. For paintball, he gets naked.
I'm bowing out.
Just thinking bowling.
See you guys later, Gator.
Nice to meet you.
Dan, what's your outlook?
Okay,
God, this is
thanks.
ridiculous getting ready. I don't know why it's.
Good to see you, Mark.
Mike, are you staying? I had you scheduled till noon too.
So you can stay.
It's your call, bro.
And you can sit right there.
And same with you, Mark. You want to stay or you want to go?
I'll speak to you.
What about you, Mark? Do you want to stay or go?
I'm out.
You're up?
No, I was just saying that. God, I cannot believe I can't find this.
Mike, do you replumb houses with PEX? You do? Okay.
Yeah, we do full repipes.
Okay.
So I've got one going on right now, honest to goodness.
Likely in Westminster, our SWAT team does serve our church clients.
The repairs we're doing to the house, we did the full waste system inside, not outside. So that the staff and full supply line repump, full HVAC system redo.
Oh, this is like new. Holy cow.
It was and an electrical panel upgrade, because when I took the panel off, I was like,
No, Mike, you're welcome to scoot over if you want.
okay.
Our other guest isn't going to be here, so the computer's open if you would.
Yeah, boy, go in there.
You can stay as long as you want or short.
It's easier to talk to.
Because it's a longer shot. I know, congrats. People who,
All me, no one helped. I don't need Dan, I don't need Mark, I don't need Suzanne.
Here's that. I said Michelle.
Yeah, we would go out. It's going the back way to 70. That's where he lives. He's actually not that far from us.
So that's time to do it if they're going to do it.
Oh, I don't know if I want to go. I was just curious because I thought he was like 3-4 hours out.
Not like you, not
But
Denver
I just
pricing.
need to
It was
RSVP either way.
about 38,000.
Just tell him maybe.
So why did they do all the piping and stuff?
They came in some money and they wanted to upgrade their house because they're going to live there until they die.
But was piping that bad?
Oh,
Like,
when I go down in the crawl space, there's actually openings.
It's crazy if you go out 86.
What's that? Yes.
86 goes. It almost goes to Lyman. Going the back way.
I thought it does. I thought that's where I end up.
It's very close. I mean, Lyman's
Then
like.
what do I do to get, well, how do I get on I-70 then? I go 86 to what?
No, 86 directly to 70, but as soon as you get on 70, Lyman's like 15 miles.
Oh, okay.
It's really crazy looking at how far.
I know.
If you went around, well, I'm saying if you live in Breakdown, if you went around and did 25 to 70, I mean, shit, there is no sense in it. Zero sense. It's got to be a 2-hour savings.
Mark, even if you don't live directly there, driving south and doing that, I can contend in some days will be better.
Oh, there's no traffic.
They had 2 sections of the house. The new section, newer section.
God, I used to love that. Donna and I would hit that Franktown gas station.
The old section
on the southeast corner and diesel up.
And we did it with packs.
They love to see us come.
It's so.
We dieseled up and then headed out.
That one I'm looking at holds 150. Is that normal? Is that little or a lot? They made it sound like it's a jumbo 150.
It's normal.
6 inches.
I had, I think, 200.
Now, when they say there's dual tanks with a total of 150, do they mean there's 2 places to fill up?
Some of them.
Why?
Some don't. Because they're so big that you want to be able to get where you can. And some places.
Oh, you can't. Oh, I know.
You fill up at the same time.
Yep, okay. But I wonder.
Some truck bays you pull in because trucks are so big. There's sometimes pumps on each side for each one.
But if you can only access one of them, can the one fill up the second tank? Like, does it overflow in the center?
Well, first of all, they're both used by the engine.
I know that.
Question. I don't
Like
know.
an airplane on
I
the
don't
wing.
think- Actually, some of them are, most of them are baffled
Aren't they a
between,
lot
yes.
more
They have a little baffling so it doesn't
we
slosh
put
like this.
We put a water truck in
And it says, do not fill it both sides because it'll come out the other way. In others, you have absolutely separate. But I never know of any you have to switch.
They've been using them in Europe for 40 years.
Okay.
There are airplanes you have
In
to
Europe,
switch.
Yeah, I know.
they haven't used salt or even water.
Which is kind of stupid, but.
I know, you would think, wow.
I got hard water up in mouth.
Hi, Tom Martino here. This is the Troubleshooter Show, the new edition from noon to 2. It's like starting a brand new show. Welcome. What can we do to help you? We ask every day. Let's get right to the phones. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Help, information, and referrals. Okay? That's what we need. Nicole has a question about rolling over a 401k, or she said it was denied or something. Nicole, let's talk about this. We have a lot of experts in this field. What's happening with you?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
So I work for an investment firm, and I was trying to help my cousin roll over her 401k after the business that she was working for closed.
Right, and so she was working as an employee, had a 401k, and she contributed to that as well as the company match?
Yes.
And was she fully vested? Did she own the contributions?
Yes.
Okay, so what's going on?
So back in January, we requested, she ended her employment before the company closed, but we requested that her funds be rolled over to the company that I work for. And American Funds denied the request.
American Funds is what?
They are the plan
administrator. Plan administrator. Okay, so go ahead.
Yes. And so when I contacted American Funds, they said that they were waiting on paperwork from the plan sponsor, the employer,
right?
Because the plan was terminating, they needed paperwork from her. However, there was no timeline.
So hold on, the employer was terminating the plan going forward for everyone.
Yes.
But she stopped before that was terminated.
Well, it's an interesting situation. The business got shut down, and so she started looking for another job.
Why was it shut down?
So it was a home health care agency.
Okay,
and
enough said. Okay, enough said. So they were in the midst of a shutdown and in the midst of ending the plan.
Yes.
I'm getting laryngitis, I can tell. Okay, so then what?
So, like I said, we requested the transfer back in January. It was denied. So after a few months, I reached out to the Department of Labor Employee Benefits Administration to kind of get with them to see what we needed to do since American Funds wouldn't release the money.
Yes.
They said that we needed to send a letter and tell them that we needed to know why the plan was frozen and when distributions will begin, and that they were required to respond.
All right, so where does this stand today?
So there is still no rollover. American Funds is still telling me that they can't roll anything over. They're waiting on
Here's the good news.
sponsor.
Here's the good news. You have the money. It's in a fund, and I take it that American Funds is legit. And if American Funds is legit, the money's not going anywhere. This is just going to be a technicality. And it's because the company is closing. I assure you, it's a bunch of BS. But that money is ultimately going to be yours. We're trying to get one of our experts. So why don't you hold, see what we can find out with one of our experts. Tom, you need a loan referral in Iowa. Is that so, sir?
Yes, thanks, Tom. I'm very interested in ideal home loans, and
they're not licensed. They're not licensed in Iowa. They may know people there, but
I know. So I'm wondering if there's anybody who can provide kind of the same type of thing that they do for an out-of-state home purchase. I'm here in Denver currently.
Where are you buying it?
Where?
Yeah, in Iowa.
Well, in Yeah, in Iowa.
Okay. Is this
my mom's out there, so I'm looking to move back out there.
Okay, so you're going to be selling your home here?
I do not have a home here. I'm renting here.
Oh, okay.
So I'd be a first-time home buyer, and house prices are incredible out there. So.
Okay. You know, we have to find one for you. We have to help you. Hold on. And yes, Suzanne.
Maybe our listeners would have a good suggestion.
That's two. That's a wonderful idea too. Let's call Brent Ivinson though, for the heck of it, to see if he knows people.
I already did, and he doesn't have anybody. That's why I was hoping our
Oh.
listeners would have some suggestions for him.
Now let me just say something about Quicken and Lending Tree. Okay. They're lead generators. Now hold on. They're lead generators. So they will generate the leads you need, and you know they're going to be able to do business in that state. It's up to you then to qualify those leads. So here's what I was going to say, Tom. If you go to Lending Tree or to Quicken and you get the leads, we will check them out for you.
Here's the bad part. The second you fill out either their website information, their request, you will be bombarded with phone calls for the next month. It never ends.
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Listen, what I would do, Tom, is that just hold on. Let's see what we hear. Or give your number to Suzanne, and then we'll see what we hear.
Maybe Vince knows someone, Suzanne.
From our listeners. Let's do that. If we don't get any suggestions, I really mean getting the leads for that state. You may not be bombarded because it's that state. I mean, there's a limited number. Now, Eric Reinemer is with Atlas CPAs and Advisors. They do our finances here at Troubleshooter and Payroll, and we depend on them for a lot. Now, Eric, when there is a 401k established, you have the plan sponsor, in my case, which would be Troubleshooter Network, right? And then you have the administrator, which could be like, I think ours is Austin is whatever it is. Let's say it's Austin Capital or Fidelity. That's called the trust. No, that's called the administrator.
Right, the third-party administrator.
Now, between the two, when I leave employment, she left. She's being told they can't. I think it's her husband. They can't they can't roll over the 401k funds from the administrator until the employer does something. What does the employer have to do if she just simply left the job and left the company? Now, the employer is going out of business, but is there any way she's not going to lose her money?
No, that's her money. Maybe it's just some technical thing of the third-party administrator needing some form signed by the employer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happens in that case? Let's say you have total. They're totally disheveled and disorganized. What do you do? Well, I mean, what could the administrator do to bypass it or expedite, or what can the consumer do? Anything you know? Are there departments or overheads or boards that rule?
Yeah, I mean, this is administered by. This is a big deal. The Department of Labor monitors these things to protect the consumer's money. So I would think the third-party administrator, if the employer is bombed out, the TPA should be able to say, well, call this number with Department of Labor on. There must be some procedure just to get the cash.
What is ERISA?
ERISA, those are the regular employer. Those are the initials for the Department of Labor's regulatory body, which protects you.
ERISA, so that's where she would go. Now, Eric Reinemer, thank you very much. He's with Atlas CPAs and Advisors. We can't recommend him more highly. He's 303-799-9111. So hold on. Now, Nicole, here's what I would do. You start with the Department of Labor. This is, well, first let me ask you, did American Funds say what? What is the time schedule? What did they say? Did they leave it open-ended? Does anyone actually talk to you?
So they just say that there is no time limit on it, and I did go to the Department of Labor.
Where did you go in the department?
To the Employee Benefits Administration.
That's what you want, and what did they say?
So they've been trying to contact the business and the owner and have been unsuccessful in any attempts to
Wait a minute. This is crazy. Because they're pretty strong. I mean, here's what I want to know. I want to know what happens if these people just don't care. I mean, there must be something that can be done. So, Suzanne, I think what we need to do, really, is this is a good question. what happens when an employer flakes out? Not takes the money. The money's with an administrator. But what happens when they flake out? We should get someone, and maybe you can do it, or we can put Dan or Daff and get someone lined up for tomorrow from a government department to say, here's what a consumer can do when they have no employer to go to. I mean, this plan administrator must know too, and it pisses me off that they're not helping you. You know, that they're not saying to you, oh, we can institute this because the employer is a dirtbag. What was the name of the employer?
It was AIM Home Healthcare.
AIM Home Healthcare. We'll call them too. So let's mark this as a follow and assign it to someone. Hold on. Nicole, you have one of those unique problems that have teachable moments and also can help others probably in the future.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Senator Elizabeth Warren says the dealership for 10 years, and he finally got it back after he called. It's not that different. I called over there and talked to the owner,
and but he hadn't done it right. He hadn't given him anything.
I know. I kept it, and I re-emphasized to him all he had.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. This is the company that I recommend for hearing loss and tinnitus. And I say company, really. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa are the ones that are the hearts and souls of this place. Wow. When I went there, I thought, nothing can be done to help. They have hearing devices to help with tinnitus. They have other treatments like Desincra. Depending on the type of tinnitus, it can be eradicated permanently or it can be quelled. It can be covered and masked. Either way, you're going to get relief. Also, what happens when you have a hearing loss? They have hearing aids for that, and you get to try technology before you commit to it. That's what I love about Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. The website, helpforringing.com, 303-534-0163, 303-534-0163.
Messaging be rich, reply up to 5 messages a month.
Policy found at milehighraffle.com/privacy. Reply help for help or stop to cancel.
How would you like to win your very own Tesla Model S sedan? Yes, your own Tesla with a range of over 350 miles and unparalleled acceleration. There are no vehicles like it on the road today. Oh, and with over 150 additional prizes, including a Toyota Prius and Dream Vacations, your odds of winning are 1 in 100. That's right, 1 in 100. Just text ENTER to 797979 and get your exclusive promotion code and link. Once you give to the Boys and Girls Club of Denver, you'll be automatically entered. Plus, you'll feel great knowing you're helping kids through Boys and Girls Club of Denver. But hurry, enter by Friday for your best chance to win, including our early bird drawing and a free entry when you buy 3 or more. Remember, text ENTER to 797979. Do it now, as this week is your very best chance to win. This special offer is only available until September 20th. Remember, text ENTER to 797979 for your best chance to win. Just text ENTER to 797979.
If you have hail damage, Excel Roofing should be the first call you make, even before your insurance company. Excel will tell you if there's damage so you can be armed with accurate information to file your claim. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. Excel.
And just
maybe it is.
No, it is.
The antenna might not be.
No, everything's there. They said that to get the option is $800.
And they turn it on.
Yeah, that's what they did.
It's worth doing it then.
I wonder if there's a way. All they do is punch in a fucking code. You know that. Well, they have to load the database.
Well, some of them, which sucks, is they charge you to update them, each
Mine
year.
is.
But
They charge to update mine. How do you update yours?
It's just automatic. Through the satellite Sirius XM.
Well, you get Sirius, though, navigation? Or is it?
It's Hyundai's navigation, but because of the Sirius, I get all traffic reports. I get everything through Sirius. No, not regular Sirius radio. It's pretty new. Your car won't have it. It's Sirius.
But if I have Sirius, in my car. Can I get that service?
No.
It's something on top of normal Sirius radio.
Yeah, if you got the whole head unit like I did, I guess you could, but I don't think that would.
So it's not part of Sirius radio. Because I have
no, it's a different subscription altogether.
Right, but would it use the same XM Sirius receiver?
Because I have.
I think you have to have a certain kind of receiver and then a certain kind of antenna on your vehicle as well.
Or at least it's scale from building up, right?
I don't know, but I do know this, like, I get that free for 5 years, the traffic and weather, but the radio part you only get free for like 6 months. So they're totally different subscriptions.
I got to activate my Sirius. I don't have that activated.
I use mine every single day. I never listen local.
Well, this is
I might tune into Ross for a half a second.
It's called Scale Blaster is the brand name. I don't know if
It's electronic.
I'm mostly listening to TED Talks.
I'm listening to either Stern or Fox News.
No, it
Really?
actually works on
I wish
Really?
there was a cradle for phones that just
Here's the cool thing about Sirius now, though. If you have one subscription, you get all access on your phone. Then any car you're in, you just Bluetooth.
Automatic shuts. You guys put many of those on? Those things, I think everyone should have. Yeah.
You put it right on the main.
Right.
Get a cut in, put on the main, put 2 or 3 sensors out there. If there's ever water, shuts off the water unit.
So that's.
You know what I did the other day? I got a big water feature in our front yard. It's probably 500 gallons of water. It's a big, huge, beautiful waterfall.
You just had it done.
Goes under a bridge. Yeah, I had it done a year and a half ago. So I got a fill-in company in Tri-Town.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show this hour, brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Whether buying or selling real estate, you won't do better than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. We love Frank Duran. I mean, there's no other word for it. And I'm serious. You'll never find anyone better.
You know what's funny about him?
303-920-1622. Yes.
He called me last night. We were talking about some advertising.
Yeah.
And you know what time he called me?
What time?
8:30 at night. Maybe it was 9.
And he's probably still calling customers, too.
No, he was just leaving getting a haircut because the only time he can ever squeeze in to get a haircut is late at night.
And he takes care of people like crazy. Jared, oh, man, we just heard about this. Are you okay? You were in an accident today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what kind of an accident, Jared? Did it involve injury?
No, it was pretty low speed.
Good. What happened?
I was in the right lane approaching an intersection to turn right, and the young lady in the center lane, she wanted to be in the right lane too and just swerved over and smashed in front of my truck.
So you were in the right lane. She was in the center lane. She merged without looking.
Correct.
And it smashed into your truck. I can see where there's no injuries. So what happened then?
I got out, took some pictures.
Who got a ticket?
She got a ticket for careless driving, I believe.
Okay, so now what's going on?
Well, I dropped my truck off. I took it to my dealership. And on the way there, her insurance agent or a claims adjuster had already called me.
On the way to the body shop.
Correct.
And then what?
And he wanted to get a statement from me.
Okay, you tell him, then this is what I would do. I am under no contractual obligation to speak to you. I have no problem answering any questions you have. Please send them to me by email.
Okay.
And if they refuse, I'm going to tell you something. If they refuse, you say, there is no reason in the world to refuse a voluntary offer to answer each and every question unless you felt that you were going to trip me up orally or verbally. I'm telling you that you just put them on the frickin' spot. And you say, make no mistake, if you delay my claim or refuse it, I will be suing your insured directly. That's what people have to do. They are, let's say, depending on an insurance illiterate public.
Right. That's why I called you, Tom.
And that's what you do. Please call us back and tell us what they say.
Yeah. When I talked to him, I told him that my statement was on the police report, and he he replied.
At some point, though.
Hold on. And what did he reply when you said that?
He said, if I don't give him a statement, it's going to delay the process 2 to 4 weeks, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
blah,
you
blah.
can tell him, listen, you don't want to delay and you don't want to refuse. You will give a statement by email, which cannot be misconstrued. Tell him, I am not refusing a statement.
All right. Sounds good, Tom.
Now, what were you going to say,
well,
Mark?
Once they admit fault, you can talk to them all you want.
Well,
I mean, at some point you have to. Hey, you need to pay these people to get my car fixed.
How do they admit fault?
Well, once they say we're going to pay for it.
Well, they're liars. They can say we're going to pay for it and then change their mind. They're going to say, oh, after analyzing
I'm just saying at some point you do have
after analyzing this interview, we realize we're not 100% at fault. We're going to pay 80% of your claim or 70% of your claim. Here's the point. No, you never have to talk to them. Now, there's nothing wrong with it in writing, but what you do is you go and you bring your car to be fixed and they communicate with them. I dispute that you have to talk to them. Now, if it's not adversarial and you can, and they've already started the process, yes, I understand that. If you want to just talk. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We have plenty of time for calls, people. And we go from noon to 2. Cutler, what is happening?
Hey, I have a billing error with my doctor's office.
How bad is it? How bad is the billing error? I'm just curious.
$3,800.
Difference?
No. They will not bill my insurance, even though they're in network.
Tell me what's happening.
I had some nerve blocks done in my knee.
Nerve blocks, okay. Did you go through primary care and all of the necessary stuff?
So my orthopedic surgeon, before I ever went to this place we're talking about, checked to make sure that they were in network before he referred me to them.
Mm-hmm.
In my Cigna, I have, Cigna health insurance.
Yes.
Came back that they were in network. Before I went in, I looked it up online and it says, hey, these people are in network. Went in there, gave them my stuff. They ran it. They took a copay. And then I had 4 visits. And then 2 months after all those visits were over, I get a bill in the mail and it says that they're out of network because they're billing under the doctor's name and not under the clinic's name.
Why were they billing that way?
Because they're idiots as far as I can tell.
You mean the clinic?
Well, the billing department is actually in India, and the clinic probably, outsources.
Did they get a pre-auth?
So my first visit was them telling me about the block that I was going to get in my knee and how it was going to make me feel better, and that they needed to get pre-authorization, and that to do that, 2 of my appointments were to kind of test whether it would actually work. They numb your knee for a day, and then if it worked,
I didn't hear the answer to my question. Did they get a pre-auth?
No.
Insurance says they didn't. The clinic says they did, right?
Right. Yeah, the clinic is obviously lying. Insurance, I called Cigna last night. They said no. We have never gotten any paperwork.
Will Cigna, listen, pre-authorization isn't always necessary. However, sometimes it is. So I need let's cut through the crap. Would Cigna pay under any circumstances? Did you say to Cigna, what do I need to do to get this paid?
Yes. And they said they need a bill under the correct name, which is in network.
Okay.
And the billing department will only put down the doctor's name.
Now, why is it, though? Why is it?
Why is what?
Why won't they put it under the clinic's name?
I have no idea. I've called the billing department 4 times, and each time they only want me, and again, it's India, so they have no idea what they're doing, and they will not change it.
Maybe you didn't get the right color dot. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, what you need to do
Let's put him with John Jones.
Is you need to get with someone who knows the insurance language. We're going to get someone on to figure this out, one of our experts. But here's another thing I want to say. What I would do is one of the things I would do might shock you, but you hold on. I'm going to tell you what I would do. Then we'll see what John Jones would do at Integra Insurance Group.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
Hey, brother.
Later.
Any special you want me to give? Anything? Or no, you're too busy, right?
Okay. Actually, pretty good, but
Okay, so that's fine.
winter's coming. Don't wait till
All right.
the first cold day to get your
Do you have
air
a cleaning
furnace.
check?
We do.
How much?
79.
Okay.
Actually, I think we have a promo going on through October for, I think, almost 49.
Okay.
So normally 79 out of 49. They have to schedule before the end of September.
And it's a real deal.
Yeah, full. It includes a carbon monoxide check, gas leak check, a combustion analysis. Good to see you guys.
Learn a lot from you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
See you, man. See you, man. Nice seeing you. Chitty bang bang.
Questions. Then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hot.
Buyandbuild.net. That's the website. It's the easiest way to find out about below wholesale pricing at Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. I love these guys. I use them so many times in my homes, in my garages, in my hangar. No, seriously. They do installations now. So you get everything in one stop. Below wholesale pricing, excellent discounted installation, beautiful countertops, beautiful cabinets, 560 South Lipan. Vanities too. Just go west on Alameda from I-25, okay? Go to Lipan, then go 2 blocks south, 560 South Lipan, buyandbuild.net.
God, I love this one.
I'm getting tired of your waving, bro.
He's waving at me too. They're yelling at me for standing up.
So it goes back to a waiver issued by Congress during passage of the Clean Air Act.
What are you talking about?
For the California's emissions.
Hold on.
Hey, Tommy, Ed says he's going to start waving a flag at you, a rainbow flag.
Okay. I don't see color.
He's going to start waving his junk at you. Uh-oh. That's rainbow. Oh. I like that Swiss woman, Mike. He's good.
Yeah, I like Mike a lot, actually.
You know the LBGYTQ? I'm going to change. Huh? No. I'm going to change him from the G to the Q. If I kick him hard enough, he's going to have to question whether it's still working.
These cars will soon be worthless.
Why did you say that?
It's clickbait. I love it.
That's all clickbait.
It's a lovely headline. I love, oh my God, there's some clickbait I
like
cannot
when they're
fucking
pictured.
resist.
I like when they're pictured.
Like you can't believe what happened to this actress when she grew up, or what she looks like
And
now. I know.
It doesn't even go to her. Maybe in the very
I love some of the
final.
clickbait though. I mean, it gets me. I think
Oh,
I
I
want to do that.
Just for that reason, you don't.
No, actually, you learn a lot.
What have you been going through all those?
Like this one,
Like
look.
say what? You
This-
wouldn't believe who's over 300 pounds now.
Yeah.
In this one, though, look, he has.
Oh, how about the
two
ones where
ice
they try to insinuate someone's dead?
Yeah.
So and so, Arnold Schwarzenegger, no longer with us.
There you go.
His last words.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
and that's downright deceiving as shit.
I agree.
We're not talking about any death at all. It just, I've had that happen where I went, holy shit, I really did. Like with Sylvester Stallone, I believe, one time. No longer with us. Give me a freaking break.
You must be looking at something with
What?
Oh, that Hank. What's that Tom Hanks?
So many people ask me what kind of procedure.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
The clear lens exchange. I get brand new lenses. You don't have to have cataracts to do it. Brand new
I'm
lenses.
saying
They
life
focus
is like
near and
a box.
far. That's right. No more monovision and no more glasses. You never have any cataracts. It's wonderful. But they also do LASIK. They have done hundreds
God, I
of
don't know who
thousands
else
of
would
LASIK procedures.
Yeah, I
They've
wish
done
Trump
them
would shut up
perfectly.
about
They were the first ones to introduce low-cost
point.
LASIK. Check them out. IconEyecare.com or
What?
866.
You probably would have dropped to a half point, but he doesn't want to seem like a Trump puppet.
He's such a fucking fool.
Who?
Both of them. Yeah. I mean, they're in a pissing match, and it affects all of us. And I know the Fed's going to say they're not, but that's total bullshit.
Right. Well, just like the oil, he said, well, Saudi Arabia,
I can't stand her. God, she just makes me cringe.
Just great. She's like she's yelling all the time.
I'm 94% Indian.
LinkedIn is a piece of shit website. I don't really.
What? If you're looking for a job, it's pretty good. I think that's really the main deal. Or a different career or something like that.
It's like anything, people who put their stuff up on
there. I got thousands and thousands
of what?
LinkedIn people. Thousands.
So you invite them all the time now. So
they want to connect with me.
Or you got to invite us. You say yes all the time. Why?
I don't know why I wouldn't say yes. Why wouldn't you? I got Jim Weiss. He's one of my buddies. 44th Auto.
I'm trying to learn his business model.
I'm trying to apply it to the motorcycle business. I get my garage doors on Friday, I hope.
I can't believe Jim Weiss hasn't been beaten up. Or someone has just went and pummeled them and stuff.
Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. You can call with any and all issues. We help with things people can't believe we help with. We've recovered money and merchandise and lost deposits, and people have been screwed and ripped off, and we let you just get stuff off your chest as well. Let's talk about this. I want to talk to John Jones from Integra Insurance Group. They're our health insurance experts, and I want to talk in general. So here's the deal, John. When something is done, there's a mistake. For example, they're billing for this pain block he had done. They had pre-authorization. But they're billing under the doctor's name. He is out of network, yet his clinic is in network. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Individually as a doctor, you've heard of this?
Yep.
All right. All they have to do at billing, the only thing they have to do is change the letterhead or bill it in the clinic's name. And I don't know why this is such a big deal. Cutler, do they say, no, we're not going to do it, or what? What is the response you get?
That it's up to me to pay. Again, the billing department is in India. They don't understand what
Did you ever talk to the doctor here and say, I need your help getting this resolved, or someone at the office here?
I have tried calling the local people, and every time you just get pushed off to some number where we'll call you back later, and of course nothing ever happens.
Now, ultimately, if you don't pay, what will happen? They're going to, a lot of times medical bills don't show up on your credit, and if they do, they have less impact. But if you simply let them, just don't pay, just do not pay, do you think that might get their attention?
That's my plan. Yeah, that's my plan so far.
Okay, I would not pay, and I would hope they take me to court, and I would tell a judge that I made hundreds of attempts to get it billed and could not get it done, and I would document it. And you sometimes get judges, they get pissed off. Now, this is the Tom Martino way of dealing with it, but I want to know the Integra Insurance way. What would they do if you were a client and they had this problem?
And let me ask you, Tom, if I may, on this particular person. You said he had tried to call, and I would assume the clinic is local. Has he actually gone down in person? And
there are 5 locations.
Yep.
And there is the billing department is not at one of the locations.
We understand that. We asked where your doctor did the procedure, can you walk into that clinic and say, look at this bill, I simply need this changed, and I'll get it paid?
I have not attempted that. That is something I could probably do.
I would recommend that because we had one other person, Tom, he did that. He walked into the local person and had them change because the insurance company was playing the same game.
Well, do you think
this particular doctor, though, was in network? The clinic was out of network for whatever reason, from what I remember. But he did go in and showed that, hey, y'all are part of this network because they were trying to bill it as out of network.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why the billing department would be so just apathetic.
Yep.
Do they actually talk to you though? Do they say, okay, we understand, or what is like when you talk to them? I mean, I've talked to call centers in India. It's not that difficult. Have you talked to them?
Yeah, I've called 4 times so far. And
but when,
one of the times,
give me an example of how a conversation goes.
Hi, here's my information. They pull up the bill and they ask me to pay, and I say, no, I need you to change the billing name so that you can submit it to insurance. And then they tell me, no, we have it correct. It is correct under the doctor's name.
Is he dealing with the actual clinics folks, or is he dealing with some kind of aftermarket, if you will, collection people?
No, it's the clinic's subcontractor.
Yeah.
He said they actually just sub it out. Yeah, that's why the clinic, if a doctor knows he's not being paid and why, I mean, he's going to go and say, please get this changed. I would. If they said, hey, Tom, you can't bill for this, you'd have to do it under referral list, I would go do it. I mean, I don't understand. I just think they're stupid. They don't understand.
And if Tom, if he would like to call us, we'll be happy to help him also.
I love that
if we
about
come up with something.
I love that about Integra Insurance. Suzanne will get you that information. John Jones, that's why I say when you're buying health insurance, use them. Why? Because they help their people. In fact, they help other people, as you can see. They help people that call our show. So if you're looking for health insurance, you don't pay a dime more going to them. 303-466-5500, 5500. That's their number, 303-466-5500. Now, this show, the newly extended Troubleshooter show, goes from 10 in the morning till 2 weekdays. Now, that's noon to 4 Eastern time. Whenever you're listening to us, 303 Martino works 24/7. Kevin, tell me what's going on.
Well, Tom, hey, long-time listener.
I appreciate it, man. What's happening in Oregon?
Well, we're back from Oregon. However, we got back, and my girlfriend received a phone call saying that the $500 deductible was going to be non-refunded because there were scratches on the kitchen table. Now, we noticed this kitchen table scratch within the first 2 minutes of us entering the house, where my girlfriend said, oh, my God, I hope we didn't do that. And
Did you take a photograph of it immediately?
We did not, and in hindsight, we should have.
So, I mean, it was so bad that it was noticeable. So I'm wondering why the previous tenant wasn't. In fact, I had a case like this one time we handled and contacted the previous tenant, and they said they were charged for it too. Now, this can happen. I would have, and this might be, hey, they make $500 extra every time they do it. We found people doing that.
Yeah, and I would agree with that. I don't know if you read the email, but I sent you a copy of the contract as well, and it states in there that you need to report existing damage. Does that mean you go around and take a picture of every scratch, every
Suzanne, this rental call, why am I seeing a bruise on her back? What does that have to do with the scratch? I don't understand.
Okay, this house has like 1 million rules, if not 1,100,000. One of the rules is no going up the stairs with shoes on. Okay, there's probably 20 steps in total. They are a polished laminate wood, and they are slicker than capstone.
Okay, so which one are we going after now? Are you going after a personal injury suit here? Because you're going to have a really bad, hard time there.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
You won't get an attorney to take it.
Yeah, what we're looking for, Tom, is we're looking for the $500 back.
You're looking for leverage, so you're threatening personal injury. But they know that this personal injury will go nowhere. Because, listen, if you're saying the stairs are polished, we weren't allowed to wear shoes, therefore we were injured, that's okay. I don't want to get into personal liability right now with premises, but suffice it to say, the laws are so restrictive, the precedent is so limited that most of the time, unless it is absolutely egregious, you're not going to get someone for slippery stairs.
They might have MedPay, though.
MedPay insurance on their house?
Yeah.
Have you asked for medical bills?
I have told the young lady to make sure that she sees a doctor because it might not show up now, but it will definitely show up down the road.
Who's the young lady?
She would be a niece.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What I'm saying is one doesn't equal the other. I get what you're doing. You're trying to find pressure. Hey, I want my $500 back. There are ways to do it. Hold on.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by
California Democrat arrested and charged with operation of drug house. Oh, another guy.
Oh, Don.
He's the one that shoots him up. Look at that nice picture with Clinton.
What do you think about people that use leverage?
Oh, was he the guy?
I don't mind it at all. I have no issue with it. Well, that guy shoots up
Is this
guys.
third meth guy overdosing?
Overdoses them.
What does he shoot on purpose?
He finds very poor people that he can have sex with.
Yeah.
And in exchange, he gives them meth and stuff.
Like the sheriff did. Then what does he do?
Well, the problem with this guy is he gives them too much and they almost die. The ambulance
He's a
shows up.
doctor.
No, he's not a doctor.
He's a big Democratic.
He's a Democrat.
And who's he fucking, boys or girls?
Boys.
Older guys, I think.
Yeah, it's boys.
online dashboard. Learn more at
What fucking moron goes for older guys? Fix it 24/7. The name says it all. They fix it 24/7. But it's best to call during business hours. Listen to what you get. For $39, you get a licensed, insured tech to your home to find any problem with plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Let me just say this. I know this company. I know the techs. I know the ownership. And they have one thing in mind: quality, accuracy, and value. So $39 is nothing when you really consider that they're going to stay there until they find a problem. They're going to assess it and give you a full diagnostic. Then you have the choice of getting it fixed or not. If you don't get it fixed, you will never pay more than $39. However, if you do get it fixed, you do not pay the $39. So it turns out to be a free service call, and you can trust them to do the job right and never find a better value with the same parts and service. 720-526-3939, fixmyhome.com. Yeah, I want that one.
It's not something they prioritize. Maybe because they don't want.
You don't mind leverage like that. If it's, yeah.
Not at all. Why? Why would you?
No, I'm just curious.
But they probably do have MedPay. Most of them have. I think mine's maybe 10,000.
But this is
it works just like a car.
Commercial, man. This is a
If it's a
rental.
Yeah, I wonder if they have to have some kind of certain insurance through B&B or whoever.
I don't know where they got it from. We got to ask.
This was like, say, like
Airbnb.
Or it was like vacation rental, VRBO.
Bring your own bottle.
Oh shit, I can do that all day long. I can do that.
My son can do backflips.
All day long. I just can't show you right now. I don't have enough room.
You could do one off a diving board.
I don't have enough. Yeah, sure.
You could, couldn't you? You couldn't do a backflip off a diving board?
Mark, I've never been off a diving board in my fucking life.
Really? You literally have never dived?
Never.
How about like a cannonball?
Never.
Can you swim?
Barely.
Holy fuck.
There's a reason, Mark. There's a fucking reason. Don't make fun of my handicap. Hey, hold on.
What is your reason?
Hold on.
You can't swim?
Okay, people! People!
My God, what is it? I can't wait to hear it. Your head's too heavy.
When I was
You'll melt.
When I was 4 years old. When I was 4 years old, they had to bring me back to life because of the stupidity or five. Honest to God, I was written up in the magazine because in the Boy Scout magazine, because the boy saved me. And it really was. It was in Boy's Life. Do you remember that magazine?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what happened though?
I walked in.
You were swimming? What?
I was a little kid walking into the 2-foot area, the kiddie pool. I got up, went pee, came back, and walked into the deep end.
You expect me to believe you got out of the pool to pee?
I did. Or I did something. Maybe to get a drink. Maybe
at
not.
4 years old.
I was in big trouble. So listen, fast forward a little. I always had a fear. This fear came over me. I don't have that now, by the way, so I could learn now. So then, years later, I'm in a boat, and the boat breaks in half.
No way, really?
We had a camera rolling. I was doing a story. It was a story about this new boat that folds. Except
it's a folding boat?
Yes, except it folded at the wrong time. We're on camera. I'm doing a story. I go to the bottom of fucking Cherry Creek.
It was here?
I get rushed to the hospital again. I'm talking full fucking defibrillation, man. Bam! Like heart stops. I mean, I was fucking dead. I mean, I wasn't dead, you know what I mean. So,
Holy fuck.
So that just renewed all that shit for me. So then that was it. So I just don't like water. So then I got older. Then I got older and I got all the mental exercises, and truly, I'm no longer have that fear, that crazy fear.
But you just don't like water.
But I just never got around to it. So
how about a hot tub though? No problem.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I know. That unreasoning.
Will you
fear,
shower?
The unreasoning fear went away. But let me explain something about showering, okay?
Oh, no.
No. If I stand up and water goes over my face, I swear to God, hold on. So I wonder if other people did it. Like, does it happen to you? If you went like this with a shower, would you start hyperventilating?
No.
It really? I mean, don't you, like the water torture thing, doesn't it make you feel weird?
Maybe we should try water.
No, I'm asking you. When water goes over your face.
Not in the least.
You can stand under there.
Not it.
With water,
I do stand under there.
With water like this?
Yes.
Okay. Then there is something wrong. But it's not voluntary. So I went to Lee Ridner a little.
Did that help?
No, yeah, of course it helped a lot. But I still had that, which is totally non-voluntary. I can't do this. If water, even like if somebody throws a bucket on me, all of a sudden it just is uncontrollable. I can't stand. I don't know what it is.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Now, the Riverview Lodge, I have the agreement in front of me. And Kevin went with a group. And I want to remind people we have another hour to go. Get your calls in on anything, even an on-air review on what you love. So listen, Kevin. Here's the bad part. You make a deposit, and all they have to do is keep it, right?
Yes, sir.
And how much was the deposit?
$500.
And was it by credit card?
I'm not 100% sure. That's a great question.
If it's by credit card, you can contest it. Now,
okay,
this is going to be a real difficult thing because a lot of credit cards, they want to side with the company no matter what, but not all of them.
Okay.
I would guess it was credit card. I don't know. What else would you do? A check? You could stop payment. I mean,
I don't think she did a check. I'll have to find that out. But right now, that's pretty much the main thing. Is we noticed this scratch when we first walked in, set some stuff down on the floor because we had a bunch of wedding arrangements and so forth.
Okay. Now, if they took, you can sue them in small claims court, and then make them tell you about the previous owner, because your suspicion could be that they already collected on it.
Yes.
Who? Go ahead.
That is one of the suspicions that we have. When he sends the housekeeper up and down the stairs on her hands and knees with a flashlight, that scratch is like a 6-year-old kid took a screwdriver to it. We didn't even have any.
Why didn't you send a picture of it? Why you sent a picture of her back, but not a scratch? Why would you do that?
Well, the picture of the back was from yesterday. When we moved in, when we went into the house, it was last Thursday, and we're like, that is blatantly so obvious that Stevie Wonder could see it.
Yeah.
And even if we did take a picture, they're going to say, "Oh, you did that and then took a picture. Nice move." No, I think these people are running a scam, and I would really like to find the people that rented it prior to us.
And the only way to do that is to initiate some kind of legal action with your suspicion and then do discovery.
Okay, and I will find out how she paid for the deposit, and
that's your quickest way. That's your quickest way. And then see what happens. How many of you rented it? I'm hearing that some coordination here with other people.
There was 11 adults and one child who will be he'll be 1 year old on the 20th. So happy birthday to Max.
Okay. And so you had 11 adults?
Yes, sir.
So what if you all chipped in? I mean, is it that big a deal, or you just don't like the idea?
I think a lot of it has to do with principle, Tom, and I looked through the guest book, the guest registry, where people sign, "Hey, we had a great time at your place," blah, blah. There was a number of pages that had been ripped out of that book. And you can't really fill out a guest registry book until after, we didn't put anything in it. And if we could put something in there right now, we definitely would.
Could somebody say, did you look at their reviews online?
I did not.
Well,
but,
why don't
Lori
you?
is usually, we're going to. Lori is pretty good at looking at stuff like that.
I would also
And,
put, even if you don't see something, I would put something up saying, I'd like to hear from others if you were ever charged for damages you knew were there before.
There you go. I like that idea as well.
Along
So,
with,
yes, we
then find the credit card. Listen, all of this is going to help, but let us know what happens. You know, we found a place. What was it, Mark? It was just this past year that kept a motel that kept charging for the same damage, and we proved it. We had 3 different parties because we mentioned it. 3 different parties. And so that's why I mentioned Riverview Lodge on the Clackamas River, and the Clackamas River is in Oregon. And so if we hear something, we'll let you know. Meanwhile, I would just gather the information, go online, do a review, and see if other people have similar reviews or respond to your review. Tell them you want to know if anybody has experienced this. And then maybe we can come up with a solution. 303-713-TALK. Plenty of time, as I said, for calls, and we love to hear from you. Now, Mark Trenner, for a guy who just emailed me, is the intellectual property attorney we use. So if you need him for a patent, this guy wanted to know what is a provisional patent. It is a place in line. Here's what it says. If you're the first one, you get the patent. If there's no other thing on the market or no one else is in line before you. So it's a guarantee of a patent if you are first. So you get to do that to like a placeholder. Now, you may find out someone else was ahead of you, but at least it's a placeholder. And then you don't have to go through with the rest of it. It's a really good system, and Mark Trenner is the one that told us about it, 720-221-3708, and that's Mark Trenner on the referral list at referralist.com. We have another hour to go. I urge you to get your calls in about anything you want at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, there's a big article in the New York Times about stem cell therapy.
When you went down the folding boat, Tom, did you see a light or anything? Was it that bad? So they didn't really.
I actually did not see a light, and that's a good question for someone else asked me that. I really did. I really was out. You know, it was so frightening.
I almost died in the ocean.
Did you?
Yep.
What happened?
It was fucking terrifying.
Honest to God. What
yep,
happened?
I was in Cozumel, I think it was Cozumel, Mexico, and there's this beach called Lover's Beach, and on the other side of Lover's Beach, it's called Divorce Beach, or yeah, and there's this big rock thing where you can walk through.
It's Cabo. That's Cabo.
It is Cabo. One side is the Sea of Cortez.
Well, no, because I've been to Cabo a few times.
One side is the Sea of Cortez. The other side is the what would that be? The Pacific?
Yeah. Yeah.
One side, the waves are about, I mean, they're fucking unbelievably high. They're crazy as shit. The other side is nice and calm. That's where the names come from. So I was in the rough side. Suzanne wouldn't even get in. And I got hit by a huge wave, caught in an undertow.
Oh,
and when I came up, I was so fucking far out, I thought that was it, Jack.
Why,
and I just
you
started.
You didn't have the energy to swim back?
Oh, I did. I swam back, and it took out every
I
goddamn
did the
bit
same,
of
almost
me.
same thing off of California. So you know what you're supposed to do in the undertow, right?
Right, sideways?
Or at a 45-degree angle.
I didn't. I swam directly
So did I.
ashore.
So did I. I was so tired.
Because you're still in it.
Right, right.
You want to get out of it.
Right,
so
that's what
the
you do.
undertows are like that?
Right. They go out like from the shore.
Dude, it was terrifying. All I could do was just put my head down and just fucking keep
I did almost the same thing. I was so tired, the waves almost washed me back when I tried to walk up into the. Yep.
Oh, it's horrible.
Same
man.
thing.
You almost contemplate, okay, am I better off just floating out to fucking sea or fighting this shit?
That's what and I never do that. You're supposed to either sideways or at 45.
But on top of that whole thing, the scary part wasn't just the tow coming back in, but when this huge wave hit me, I had vertigo. I didn't know if I was swimming up, swimming down. At some point, I didn't know where the fuck I was, except I
Look
was
at the bubbles. Look at the bubbles.
I was fucking terrified, man. Terrified. Yeah, you're right. That is Cabo. You know that big thing, that rock.
No, the same thing happened off of San Clemente. And the biggest waves that I've ever seen, and I went out there, and all of a sudden kept on going, oh.
I know. Pretty soon you're like, oh.
I was the only one swimming.
Mark, when does trial lawyers start?
I don't know. Oh, I think we're shooting for the 15th of next month, so almost a month. Their contract's up with someone else. The 15th is the answer, though.
But you're right, almost the exact same thing. And you really realize it's so okay. I go out but hell, I didn't know what
that was more scary than when we got left at sea, me and my daughter, and that fucking one guy. That was fucking horrible too, but it wasn't rough waters. And we had full scuba gear on and plenty of oxygen, and we could see the island. It was just far away. I was really just afraid for her. I wasn't even afraid for her. I didn't want her to panic, so I couldn't even cuss her or anything, you know?
Right. Who didn't you want to panic?
My daughter.
She was with you?
Yeah, it was me. No, not in that. This was when they left, the boat left, me, her, and the scuba diving guy.
Wait, they fucking left the three of you?
Yep.
And where did
No, our scuba guy was with us.
Where did you
I
have to
hired
swim?
my own scuba guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you have to swim?
He was really fucking
Mark,
pissed.
Really?
Where did you have to swim?
We had to swim to an island. It was well over a mile.
Were you fucking scared? But
Well,
had oxygen, right?
Yeah, not only that, you hit the inflate, so you're inflated. You're not going to sink. And then you have plenty of oxygen.
Concerned or not?
No, but the funny part is she was going for her junior patty, so they use that. You have to swim a mile like that, so they use that as her test part.
So,
we all three. Listen, man, the three of us came up. The fucking boat was fucking gone, Jack.
What did you do? I mean, what if the fucking island wasn't there?
Well, I think eventually, remember, we're floating and stuff. There would have been boats back out. We're not like zillions of miles out. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but you're in a popular area?
Yeah, we're in a very popular area. So other boats probably would have eventually come. Although it was towards the end of the day, man.
Just think there would have been a fog.
Oh. I was so pissed at that guy. So I hired our own guy, our own PADI instructor. So he hopped on a boat with other PADI instructors. It wasn't like one boat, all the same group. It was one boat with multiple groups. But the captain of the boat's still supposed to do a full head count of everybody that gets off. And they missed 3 fucking people.
Sponsored by LifeLock with Norton.
Pretty quiet drive around the metro area right now. No major problems on any of the highways to report. Just a couple of slow spots. Northbound I-25, sluggish between Santa Fe and Spear.
You know what I mean, Green Bean?
On the elevated portion of I-70.
It's funny, though, you had that same thing out in the ocean. That's fucking terrifying.
And I said I was the only one out swimming.
I was, too. I was the only one in the whole fucking, that side. On Lover's Beach, that's where everybody was.
And that water was cold in California.
Mark, did we get?
Not compared to New Jersey. Remember the New York, I mean, you grew up in New York. The fucking ocean, the Atlantic, is fucking cold, man, compared to the Pacific.
No, the Pacific's cold because it's coming down from Alaska.
Fuck, I am telling you, the Atlantic Ocean is fucking cold. Oh. We were just in, last summer we went to a wedding, and we went to Santa Cruz. The ocean wasn't bad at all in Santa Cruz. Not Santa Cruz, New Mexico. Santa Cruz, California.
Oh, okay. Because saying New Mexico, there's no ocean in New Mexico.
We brought our own salt water. No, it wasn't bad at all, though.
I'd say sign me up for Liberty Beach. And also, you're eating my tires.
Is that the only ocean you've been in?
No. I've been in
You've been in the Atlantic? Well, golf's the best.
It's the best, Jerry.
Actually, I love the Black Sea. Black Sea's where I swim.
I
go fishing in the Black Sea.
I like the Arctic Sea because it's very fresh.
You should see the fish, though, I catch in the Black Sea. They call them saltwater fish. They say there's places there that is so thick nothing lives. The Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea. The Black Sea is different than the Dead Sea.
I've met the Dead Sea. I go fishing in the Dead Sea.
You can float very well in the Dead Sea.
You can't you? You're buoyant.
So I think it was like
It's just like 24% water or salt.
God, you think it's that high? What do you think, like, the normal ocean, the Atlantic is? Now you're making me look. Dead Sea percent of salt.
I'm not hearing from Marco.
33.7. Holy shit. I'll talk to him. He's so busy, dude. He is one attorney that I can legitimately say is fucking in a courtroom all the time.
Has the power to take your property. So the ocean's 3.5%.
Compared to the fucking Dead Sea.
So 10 times more salty.
Oh my God. Actually, look at these giant cubes of ice in it. Look at these. Yeah, it is. It says right there, Morton salt.
That's not ice.
No, that's Morton salt. That's what I meant, salt, not ice. Got it. Isn't there a biblical reason for the Dead Sea or no? Am I crazy there, or did something happen there? Tom? What's on? You know
Mark,
this
I'm
shit.
sorry, what?
The Dead Sea, is there some biblical deal?
The Dead Sea, no. Dead Sea Scrolls were found near the Dead Sea. They were the oldest manuscripts of the Bible. And they found that not much had altered. That was the amazing thing, too. Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the
New Troubleshooter Hour from 1 to 2. We really love having you, honest to goodness. This is such a privilege. And this hour is brought to you by Revitalize Health, the Hormone Bros, otherwise known as pains in the ass. I'm just joking about the pellet. The pellets are put in by BioT. They have BioT pellets they use. Revitalize Health, the Hormone Bros are great guys, man. They do testosterone, estrogen, thyroid, also Juvederm fillers. And so many people say, what is a thread lift? I'd like to explain this just outside of the commercial. And commercials, believe me, are part of the content of this show. That's why I love it so much. We are all striving not to lose collagen. That's why Suzanne puts it in her coffee. Now, I'm not sure about it, if that does anything, but I'm not going to dispute it. Who cares? I don't know one way or the other, so I can't say. But collagen is the stuff that, what kind of word do we use for it? Collagen is like a filler. It is our natural filler. It's a kind of fat maybe, and it's in our face, our hands. When you start losing collagen, you get bony and scrawny looking. Now, there are ways to use fillers to make your face look fuller, so it takes out the wrinkles and makes you don't look sunk in like that older sinking feeling. By the way, our number is 303-713-TALK, and I am serious. Our commercial content is congruent with regular content and programming. Anything you want to talk about, you can. In fact, if you think you're special, you can call and brag about your company. We love telling people about people. So with this collagen thing, people are forever looking for ways to increase the collagen content of their face. And there is nothing wrong with that. Now, hold on 1 second and I'll continue, because this is important about collagen, very important, because there are things you can do to stimulate it. Hey, Austin, what's going on?
Hi.
What's happening?
Just some
I want to tell you that I appreciate you contacting us, and I just want this as proof that we do get back to you. You have a stolen motorcycle you'd like to talk about, I guess. And so what's going on with that, man? What's happening?
So it was stolen, and
Yes.
It was recovered by Adams County. And without contacting me, they had it towed along with a bunch of other vehicles that they found in a huge ring of.
What, did they find like a big chop house or something, Austin?
I don't know exactly what it was, but it was something like that. They even pulled out like a big bulldozer kind of thing.
Wow. This was where, in Douglas County?
Brighton is the exact place where they found
Brighton. And so when did they find all this stuff? Did it hit the news?
Not that I know of, but they found it on the 12th, and yesterday when I called records, they haven't released it yet.
Okay, so they found, for lack of a better word, a big chop house. That's what I call them, So they found all this stuff, including your motorcycle, and what did they do with your motorcycle?
So they just they immediately towed it to Mirage.
But why? Why?
I don't know. They didn't even call me. So they just immediately sent it there, and then they charged me for 4 hours of towing to get it there.
God, you know what? You become a victim again.
Yeah, they stole my bike twice.
Yeah, but wouldn't his insurance cover that? Generally speaking, they would.
Yeah, but it's only a $1,000 motorcycle, so I'm not going to pay full coverage on it.
Ah, I see. How much is the tow bill?
So it was $640, but they got Adams County to cover part of it. So it just went down to $340.
Why? Well, I would pay it and then argue. That's what I would do first because you're going to get storage charges. Did you pay it?
Yes, I just went today and got it.
Good.
That's exactly what I didn't want to do.
Good. Now we can fight it. That's good. That is really good. Now.
But what's there to fight?
Well, hold on. Let's see. Maybe nothing. But here's the point. When they have stolen something, it's not their position to try to coordinate all of the owners getting there to pick up their stuff, okay? Yeah. But I still don't understand the reasoning in having it towed somewhere. I mean, did they have them all towed to different places, or did everything go to Mirage?
So my neighbor's motorcycle also came with mine to Mirage at the same time.
Where'd the bulldozer go?
It wasn't the Mirage I was at, so it could have been towed somewhere else. But I know that she said that the lady at the tow place said they had 60 tow guys out that night.
Oh, so I know what they wanted to do. They just wanted to get everything they could and get it out of there. Were arrests made on this?
I think there were arrests made, but they haven't released it yet.
Okay, you know why? Because I know that this is people are victimized, and they are. And I know that the law enforcement is not going to be responsible to you, but I want to know, did Adams County pay half the towing for everyone or just you?
That's what I don't know. I know that they were on the phone arguing with Adams County. That's the one thing I will give Mirage is, I mean, they wanted their money, but they did talk to Adams County for a while to try to make that a lower bill.
I mean, they realized that you were a victim.
Yes.
Why did they call Mirage? Do you know? Oh, you said they called 60 companies, right?
Well, so the Mirage said that they had about 60 guys out that night doing tows.
You mean Mirage did? Mirage had 60.
Yes, but Mirage is the police impound. It's also the police impound. So I think
okay, so they must have like a winning bid. They must have the contract.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then everything sounds like it was done properly. I mean, it really does. Okay. I don't know where you sue, but, and again, you don't have insurance for this. Now, there are ways, by the way, to have insurance without a lot of money. Like you can do just comp, just certain things you can do. But really, I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you got off with $340. That's better than nothing. And if they here's what they do have, though. There is something called a victim compensation fund, and it's mostly for violent crime or, sexual assault and stuff. However, if they find the people responsible, they do order restitution, believe it or not. Whether or not you get a penny, I don't know. I just got a check yesterday for $20. I am still being paid money from a guy that ripped me off years ago. It's been 9-10 years. I mean, it's court ordered.
Is that the Donut King?
Yeah. Yep. So, in any case, here's what I want to know. What did your friend have to pay?
So he last time that he looked at it, he was at $640, and they haven't brought it down yet, but he refuses to go get it.
What is his worth?
His bikes are worth like $5,000.
Oh my God, he's a nut.
His will keep going up.
He's very angry about that.
I understand that, but he's a victim. Does he have it insured?
Yeah, he's got insurance. That's the thing is his homeowner's insurance is going to pay for it.
What? Wait a minute.
Then why doesn't he pick it up?
I've never heard of homeowner insurance paying for a motor vehicle. Ever.
I have no idea. That's just what he told me.
Well, he better hope so, but you better tell him as a friend. Please pick it up. You can always go back and fight, but you got to pick it up. Holy crap, that's important. Let's talk to Frank Duran, the realestateman.com. Now, Frankie, You know, when I tell people
Yes,
you're in all when I tell people you're in all places at all times, omnipresent, and it's almost amazing. I talked to a couple. Oh God, I'm thinking of their name now. And I think it was Jana and her husband, and they are fine Greek people. You might recall them. You sold the home for Mom, and then Mom later passed away. But do you remember that? Anyway, they had nothing but praise for you. There were a lot of issues with the house, and even though they were selling it, you know, and you helped them, they said, does he have any other clients? Because this guy said you were on the phone one night with him at 9 o'clock when he called you. So also people who sell tell me the same thing, even though you have a special team to sell. But I want to make this clear. You really do. Every single deal, you really do get involved. Is that true? Every single deal?
Every deal, Tom. And on the listing side, I negotiate personally. You know, they say football is a game of inches. I say real estate's a game of inches, too. And those little extra things of me being involved, negotiating personally, can save my client thousands of dollars sometimes, Tom.
That's really cool. It really is, Frank. And again, I tell people you will never do better than Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Now, Frank, are you going to have upcoming seminars?
We are. In fact, we're going to be starting those after the first of the year. They're going to be buyer workshops, and we're really excited about them. So those will be coming very soon.
And if they want to, meanwhile, research, they can always call. They can always go on frankduran, because that is filled with information. Austin, you hang on about your motorcycle, and we'll talk to you about that and more, because there are some things I think that apply to everyone at 303-713-TALK.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Senator Elizabeth Warren says men.
You heard me right. Men have a right to taxpayer-funded abortions. A new time. It's a heck of a show with Michael Brown. Weekdays 2 to 4 on Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Instead of me trying to explain the concept of Become the Banker, why not just go to a seminar and learn about it? BecomeTheBanker.org. You can sign up for a seminar. He has one coming up this week. He has two of them, I believe Thursday and Saturday. Here, find out for sure at BecomeTheBanker.org. Many people love the way this plan works. It is a non-qualified plan, but still gives you tax-free income. It truly is a safe investment. 303-779-6600 or BecomeTheBanker.org.
The fundamental 2018 taxes has come and gone, and soon it'll be time to start thinking about 2019. For those who have not filed reviews or have looming tax debt or collections or audits, there is
No, it really worked perfect today.
Thank God! Yes, baby!
And if you bring in one of those cords, we'll get the other.
God, I used to
I'm
love
just gonna throw this away.
I used to love Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Did you know Tom Hanks is making a movie?
Did you see that first movie they did about him?
The documentary.
Fuck, that was good. I thought it was going to be the biggest piece of shit, and I loved it.
It didn't seem like your type of genre.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
Do you like documentaries in general? I don't.
I'll tell you one you've got to see. It is so fucking good. It's called The Bridge. Oh my God, is it good?
The only documentaries I like. Wait, what is The Bridge about?
It's about people that jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. It's actual, real footage of people committing suicide.
Oh, they had movies of people?
Oh, there's cameras all over the bridge.
So
it is fucking great. This one guy jumps. He happens to land right next to a boat, fucking breaks his back, shatters his body. They pull him out before he drowns.
On his way down,
and now he's in worse shape. And now he can't even commit fucking suicide.
When he was on his way down, did he change his mind? Did anyone?
No, this guy couldn't believe it. He said, I fucking go up there to kill myself. Now he's fucking a paraplegic in a wheelchair. He can't even kill him. I think a quad.
Is he suing them for saving them?
He's suing the ocean.
Mark.
You know what they say, though? They say it's hit like fucking cement.
The only documentary that's good and true is the ones Michael Moore does.
Fuck Michael Moore, that fat bastard.
The ugliest man in the world.
He is the ugliest man. He's a fat
But man,
fucking
that's
slob.
why is that son of a bitch so popular?
He's not popular. When's the last time you've heard of him?
Right. Every time he complains about something, he's popular because he got the liberal idiots.
Bowling for Columbine. Actually, that movie wasn't too bad right afterwards. I'll give him that.
Yeah, but he made Charleston Heston look like an asshole.
Yeah, he did. But yeah, at the time, though, remember, he had Alzheimer's, man. He was basically making fun of a guy with Alzheimer's.
And he doesn't tell all the truth in his documentaries.
I'll tell you this, though. I do got to give it to the guy. His fitness regimen is of the utmost.
And he really washes his clothes.
He had a TV show.
No
He
way.
did?
Really?
One time.
You're kidding
Look
me.
it up, though.
On a TV
Because
show
what
or
he
had
did-
a TV show?
He had a TV show one time, but I remember this one segment where he had a bloody t-shirt. He comes out of his house with an axe holding a garbage bag, and he throws away the garbage bag. Then he comes out with other parts, things like that, look like crazy, like a thing that might be a head, just to see what neighbors would do.
I don't remember that.
It was, you gotta look up something about disposing of a body, Michael Moore.
Oh, maybe it was a short film.
No, I thought it was part of a TV show, and that was just one of the segments. That's just one I remember. But I'm going to tell you, Mark, I swear to God, one of the most creative.
It is.
He
great.
makes,
What
in
you
my
just
opinion,
said.
no, I'm talking about this. I'm going to tell you about something else. I don't give a fuck what you say. It'll have you in stitches. It'll have you in awe.
What is it?
It makes Howard Stern look like an amateur,
What is
and that's Borat. This fucking
Oh,
Sasha
I like
Cohen,
the original one.
he is fucking
The
crazy.
original one was great.
Mark, he is insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wouldn't watch the second one. He got too political.
Mark, but for him to do shit is so crazy.
The original.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Do you get frustrated with anything and you just want to talk about it?
I do.
People are tired of hearing about it. That's what this show's about. You just talk about it and I'll let you. Anything you want. Anything that is pissing you off. Isn't it wonderful you have a place, a public forum to do that, not just social media? And I will let you have, in this hour, 30 seconds uninterrupted to tell me what pisses you off or what chafes your rear or why you are special after Austin.
Well,
because Austin is about his motorcycle, yes.
People that call us up and lie.
Do
like
we have her coming
rugs.
back on? Is
She won't come back on.
Well, how do we know she won't?
Because
Go
we
straight
tried.
to voicemail, so I
She's-
texted her.
She's already left threats.
Okay, we're going to recap that, okay? Just hang on, because, Mark, this probably is one of the most egregious consumer calls we've ever had. Now, Austin, I would be pissed off if I became a victim, but it's too late. You know what? You're a victim. Your thing is stolen. Your motorcycle's stolen. You had to pay $340 to get it back. It went to police impound. Look, it's frustrating. You got it back, and now we got to talk about, in general, what do you do about it?
Either the bad guy ends up paying or you pay it.
Right. And there are ways to get your money back by doing the restitution thing. Okay? That's one of the things. At least the tow people did try to reduce the bill, right, Austin?
Yeah, which I did. I did give them props for that.
Now, your friend, I don't think will get his homeowner's insurance to cover this. I'm just giving a gut feeling. I don't know why he thinks so, because motor vehicles are specifically excluded under homeowners.
At least ones that are titled.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe a wrecked vehicle, but I thought we went
I mean,
through
like
this.
a lawnmower or something.
So anyway, Austin, let us know, let us know what happens. Like I said, I don't know if there is anything unless they find the guy. Did they find any suspects?
They might have, but I don't know for sure. I've been trying to get in touch with records to get the full thing.
Where was
once it's released.
Where was your bike stolen from?
From Arapahoe County.
Like stolen from? Where were you? Home?
I was
it
in
home?
my house and it got stolen right out from my front door.
It was on your porch or something, or out front, or what?
It was in my parking space right out front.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, I was afraid when I owned a motorcycle years ago when Suzanne and I first moved in. You know where I kept it?
Could have killed him, Tom. Could have killed him.
In our kitchen.
Really? Was it like a 250 or was it big?
It was a decent size Enduro. It was like a 250. That's probably exactly right. She could have killed me. I literally kept it in the kitchen.
Kelly has a comment. Maybe she wants to just unload. Maybe she's just frustrated, or he. Kelly?
Hey, Tom, thanks for taking my call.
Okay.
Yeah, all the traffic, all the people that drive up and down I-70 from 470 west all the way to Vail and then all the way back, if you're going to drive, you get in the right-hand lane. When you're driving your little Subaru, your Kia, your Hyundai with a ski rack on it.
Hey, first of all, I got it.
No matter. No, hold on. He's not
Genesis.
done. He's not done. Let him go. Keep going.
Get in the right-hand lane. When I want to drive 75 or 80, I get in the left-hand lane. People need to learn how to drive. This is Colorado. And then metering of the tunnel, the Eisenhower Tunnel, it does no good. I just like to say that, Tom. So
Okay, good. Now, good. That was a good 30 seconds. But I want to say one thing, and then Mark had something. But, Kelly, no matter how you preach, there will always be people who are going to say the fast lane is for doing the speed limit, then the rest of the lanes to the right of that are to go slower.
That's not true, though.
No, I don't believe it. But really, if you think about it, if the speed limit's 60, then why should there be a fast lane? Are they saying you're allowed to speed?
Yes, they are. You're totally incorrect. You cannot impede people in that far left lane.
But,
you're not supposed
now,
to.
I believe that, too. But there are people that I swear to God, I call them policemen. They are just little snitty snits, and they say, guess what? I'm here. Forget it. And I don't care what you do. It's like I can hear them saying that. They're mocking me. I can hear it. And I just want to get by them.
Do it one more time.
Thank you.
Do that one more time.
I'm just, what?
Yeah, that.
I'm just going to drive and I'm here, so there. That's what they say. Eric, what about you, bro?
Hi, Tom. I just wanted to get this off my chest. I don't know who else to tell it to, but, you know, I've been a truck driver for 27 years now, and I'm a little perturbed about these lawyer ads that basically are making it sound like if you're in an accident with a semi-tractor trailer that, hey, you're already at fault, and we'll get you thousands or millions of dollars.
You're right. You're right. You know why they're targeting that? Do you know why they're targeting tractor trailers? Because you guys have these logs you're supposed to keep, and you're under way stricter rules than regular drivers. Plus, they think there's a pot of gold because you have a company.
And the damage is generally larger.
You know, Eric, that's a legit rant right there. He's right. They do target these guys. These guys are working their asses off. And you know, if they get a black mark like that, they could be fired. But
you know, Walmart settled with that black comedian for almost $100 million.
Which comedian? The one that just, not the one back.
Couple years ago. Tracy Morgan.
Yes.
Almost $100 million.
Because of his career. And now we had Kevin Hart in an accident. He was a passenger recently. Did you know that?
I did see that.
Now, Alex, you have something to say about passing lanes. What?
There are signs up on the road. Slower traffic, or it starts off, state law. Slower traffic use right lanes. The other one is a passing lane. It's a state law.
I agree, and they can actually give a ticket out for being in there and not passing.
But there are people who say yes. Yeah, but there are people that say, Alex, there are people that say, you're right, but slower traffic means slower than the speed limit.
Would you say they're generally old people or generally women?
I have noticed, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I've noticed a lot of people, I think it's mixed. I really do. No, I haven't. Sometimes I see old men in the left lane. I'm a cop. I don't give a damn. I ain't moving. You ain't going faster. I hate those people. I don't hate them, not really.
Generally, when you see a bad driver, I don't care if it's one of those guys or someone just driving like an idiot, is it generally a male or a female?
You know what's funny, Tom?
A male. Mark, I see way more male.
Tom,
agree.
Every time I see it, I say to Mark, that's a woman. And it is.
And every time it is.
First of all, I'm gender blind, but if I was to take note, I would notice more people who are white men, specifically being jerk drivers, or possibly young teenage lesbians. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning.
That was good. Afternoon, 6:30, KHO. Rocky Mountain Retro Foam Lawn.
Yeah, Tracy Morgan got $100 million.
Impact traffic.
He's almost done rehab. He's almost like brand new now.
No big problems.
He had $100 million. He had well, think about it. He was what, 30-something. How much you make a year?
Did they do him wrong? Were they guilty?
Oh, the fucking guy fell asleep.
Oh God!
Hit his limo, killed the other guy next to Tracy.
Oh my God! Was it a celebrity next to him?
No, not. I mean, a very small circuit or a friend. It wasn't. I mean, not a celebrity like Tracy.
Does he joke about it in his routine?
In his new ones, yeah, his Walmart money. But he can never. It was a closed settlement.
I love that guy on Saturday Night Live now, that heavy-set black guy.
Oh, he's really funny.
I don't know what I love him.
Yeah, short hair.
I don't know what his name is. Damn it! And oh my God.
No, he's really good actually.
Here it says the left lane is a designated pass lane. However, vehicles in left lane must obey.
All right, let's talk about retro foam. Listen, if you have traditional insulation in your walls, you're probably paying too much for energy bills. I'm talking about regular insulation. You may think you're hunky-dory. No. Even regular insulation is not right. Not with this new Rocky Mountain Retro Foam state-of-the-art injection foam. It's the answer. Listen, it fills wall cavities. If you're going to re-insulate, or if you have regular old-fashioned insulation, and you're going to keep your home, this stuff will go in the wall cavities, compress that old insulation. It'll make it perfect. It'll fill every nook and cranny. And it will also, on top of making your house super duper energy efficient, it makes it up to 80% quieter with no off-gassing, environmentally friendly. This stuff you have to see to believe. There is a video that'll blow your mind. Now, you go to their website and find it. FoamYourWalls.com. As I said, it will blow your mind. FoamYourWalls.com, 720-676-6333. Let's try that. I'll see if I can get something out of that, or maybe for other spots.
What type of foam is it they put in there? Is it closed cell or
beer foam?
It's a closed cell.
Is it? Because there's off gassing in that. I thought.
They say no off gassing, so maybe it's open. Whatever it is,
their video says no.
No
gas.
This supposedly is. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but I read their shit, man. When you see it, it is so incredible. I love watching
They
it.
put this. This is really it.
Yeah, that's.
Isn't
that's
it weird? Look at it, man.
It's pretty cool though, isn't it?
But you know what?
Like how it goes right around
Mark. We have, and I'm not going to name anybody on our staff, a naysayer and a shit stirrer. So,
oh, God, naysayer, shit stirrer.
Yeah.
Clint's not here today.
NSSS. Naysayer, shit stirrer.
That video was cool,
NSSS.
Isn't it cool how it fills up?
Ask Tim his opinion.
Let me shut it off.
You know what it looks like? It looks like marshmallow.
Why is he stirring up chicken?
Tim?
Tommy, this is so random. Did I ever tell you my grandparents opened the first corn shops in Oklahoma ever?
Out of their own house.
Your grandparents, honest to God. What's
on the other side, not the religious side.
My granny went to jail. They used to charge people for coming in to watch home movies, and all of that, and she ended up spending a little time in jail.
You should have watched that show Middleman. I just watched it.
That's right, met Suzanne. She was working the closet.
Best peep.
Okay, Suzanne, you got glory hole duty today.
She thought she was going to church.
Oh, God.
That would be the worst job ever. They always show those places in some movies where you put quarters in and the thing goes up.
Yeah,
and there's like one woman in there and then 5 other guys watching her. And I'm going, No way in the world could that get me off in a million
seriously,
fucking
like,
years.
First of all, you can't possibly have. Why do you have these shops when there's the internet? Who would ever go outside
I
of
don't
their
know
house?
if they even have that anymore, though. You
Well,
think
no,
they
I'm
do?
talking about any porn shop.
In Santa Fe, there
I'm talking about anyone with magazines, anything. Why would you go to one?
Right.
Why even have a magazine?
Why would you even watch dancers? You can
Really?
go on the internet and see anything you want.
Remember back in the day, you go into the convenience store and the Hustler and the Playboy would have like the little plastic cover over it so you couldn't see anything. I remember that as a kid.
Now, what did they have?
They had like a plastic cover over the Playboy, and then if there was anything on the front,
Because
it
they
would
didn't
be
want
blacked
people
out.
thumbing through.
Yes, they didn't want anybody taking them into the bathroom.
They were marked.
They were definitely marked. First Playboy I ever saw, man, I was probably 3rd grade, and we literally found it in the woods. Probably some older teenage boys had it. And, you know, the rain had hit it and everything else.
Listen, my bad magazine was the swimsuit section or lingerie section of Alden's magazine or Spiegel. Listen, when I forget how old I was. When I realized there was an actual so-called girly magazine, oh my God, I thought I had hate her. It was like the worst thing I ever found.
What was it?
I thought I was going to go to hell. I swear I was so guilty.
You thought this was heaven.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK. I have my own bugaboos about traffic, okay? I'm not going to crowd the airwaves when I have people calling. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Craig wants to respond to the truck driver. Now, the guy said, you know what rubs me the wrong way a little? He says, I'm a truck driver, commercial truck driver with a big rig, and you hear a lot of these personal injury attorneys targeting big rigs. And I say that's because usually when people are hit by a big rig, the drivers have a higher standard. They have to carry logs. They have to follow certain rules. They have to have certain rests. You know, and then there's usually a pot of gold, they think, with the big companies. What did you want to say, Craig?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was almost taken out by a truck driver yesterday, and I'll try to make it brief.
Whoa.
I'm traveling west on I-70 between Bennett and Watkins.
Yeah.
2 semis are riding side by side. The one in the right lane was going 65, and the one in the left lane might have been doing 66. So it took him about 3 miles before he could get past the other truck.
Right.
So they're basically.
Meanwhile, it's
traffic.
a blockade. It's a blockade.
Yes, I'm the vehicle behind the truck in the left lane attempting to pass, and I look in my rearview mirror, and there's probably 15 cars behind me wondering what the heck's going on. Well, they can see the 2 trucks side by side. So eventually the semi in front of me made the pass. He got past the vehicle, the other semi in the right-hand lane. But he insisted on staying in the left lane at 66 miles an hour. Instead of moving back over into the right lane where he should have been, he continued to stay in the left lane.
Now, I'm not sure why they do that. Usually they're pretty courteous.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't long ago in April, that one guy, man, he killed 4 people or 5 people in a truck right here in Denver.
I gave him every opportunity to get into the right lane.
Yeah.
At which point, I finally became impatient, got my car up to speed, and attempted to pass him on the right-hand side. I don't ever advise anybody doing that.
On the right-hand side, you mean? Okay, well, there's nothing wrong with that if the lanes are clear.
Well, the lane was clear, but before I could get past him, I saw his right blinker come on, and he started to move over into my lane and forced me over into the emergency lane.
Do you think he did that that's called the shoulder. Do you think he did that on purpose?
Oh, I drive a bright orange vehicle. I was in his rearview mirrors for 4 miles.
What, do you think he was just pissed that you wanted to get past him?
Well, I can't understand any other reason because, like I said, when he had an opportunity to move safely back over into the right lane in front of the trucker that he had just passed, he stayed in the left lane. And had he been doing the speed limit, I wouldn't have even cared, but he was still going
I have no idea why. I have no idea. Okay, well, thank you for that. That's another perspective. I think in general, I'm going to say this in general, CDLs with big rigs are pretty courteous and professional, from my experience. What about?
Oh, I definitely agree, because if something happens to that license, man, that's their livelihood.
But I've seen people speed ahead of them and get in front of them and slow down, and man, does that piss them off, or pull out. And they don't understand. It takes a lot to slow that truck down, and I think a lot of people try their safety and create exceptional risk. exceptional. Okay, one of my bugaboos, I'm going to get to you, Josh. One of my four-way stops. Nothing pisses me off more. Nothing more than a guy or gal, people stopping at a four-way stop, not waiting their turn. I swear to you, as soon as I get there, I take a mental picture, and almost every freaking time.
What's worse, I will
they
say this.
will not wait. And I'll tell you some of the times it happened. Go ahead.
Well, in Castle Rock now, by the outlet malls, there's circles everywhere. You don't stop for a circle. You stop to get in the circle. But these morons that have never been in a circle, they don't know to be on the inside,
what
the
do they
outside.
call them? They call them
a roundabout.
No. Yeah.
We're not all from the East Coast,
They're
Mark.
morons.
The New England had them for years. New York didn't have them much.
Jersey had them everywhere.
But those roundabouts are pretty damn efficient if they're used properly.
Yeah, but you take one numbskull that stops in the middle of it.
Right.
What do you do?
Right. You have to yield to people in the circle. Then, to get into the circle.
I saw one stupid person must have went around the circle 3 times before they got out of there.
Now, Josh, you wanted to talk about. So anyway, four-way stops, especially if you come to the stop first, okay, before the guy just directly straight across from you, he came. Then a guy, though, to the right has to make a turn, and he's before you. Once that's completed, the guy believes who's there, if he's going straight, he has a right of way over you turning left because you got there first, but I don't know, because he just doesn't wait, or they apply regular stop sign laws on a four-way
stop. You get there at the exact same time.
It's supposed to be the car to your right.
That's correct.
And no one does that. No one does it. Josh,
it should go by nicer car.
Josh, what's going on with you, sir? Nicer car.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir. What's happening, man?
So I moved to Denver about a year and a half ago, I suppose, from Oklahoma, and was a home buyer, bought a little condo in the Lowry or near the Lowry neighborhood. And I kind of I trusted my roommate a lot, and she and I both sped through the HOA document when I was purchasing, and missed a tiny little fine print towards the end that says you can park your commercial vehicle, company vehicle, or any vehicle with company image in the lot, even though I own that parking space, you know?
Right, the signage. They don't want the signage. Here's what they don't want. They don't want people either renting out their spots or using it as an advertisement. I understand what you're saying, and believe me, we get a lot of these.
A lot of neighborhoods, houses have them.
Yeah, you can't park in front of your own house or on a public street, they're telling us.
Steve the painter on our referral list at referrallist.com, he dealt with this. They changed the rules after he lived there 5 years and said you can't park there anymore.
What's your suggestion, Suzanne?
That he get magnets to cover the advertisements while he's parked.
Or magnetic advertisements. But what is it painted on your truck?
Yes, it is. And so when I parked my company truck there for probably 6 months when I first moved in, and nothing ever happened, and I didn't even know about it at that point. And then I got a notice, in the mail.
Well,
saying,
at least you got a notice, man, and they didn't tow it or do something stupid.
No, they've been pretty helpful so far.
And they didn't fine you right off the bat, right?
No.
Good.
Yeah, there's nothing you're going to do, though.
You're not going to fight it. I mean, Josh, listen, the thing about homeowners associations, you're fighting yourself, and you're fighting them with your money because they just assess for the battles if it's a big battle. And no one feels it personally, so no one cares. It's not like you are fighting someone who's going to feel it if they lose or going to spend their own money.
But you could run for the board, get on the board, and change it.
Yeah. Now, here's what I want to know. How big is your signage, and can it be covered?
Well, it's going to be pretty darn hard to cover it. It's an F-150, just the short normal one, not a big.
Yes.
But I offered. So I went to
wait. What's wrong with an F-150? Where's the signage on the doors?
All over it.
Oh.
But I offered magnets, and I even offered to get a complete cover and cover the whole vehicle anytime I parked there, and they still kind of shot me down. I think I understand where they're coming from. I was just kind of hoping that you might be able to prove me wrong, because I guess I'd already come to terms with it.
All the precedents we know, people have lost the battle. That's why Mark said he doesn't give it much hope.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Met.
Mark is bring up a topic.
Yeah, I know.
Eastbound approaching Table Mesa, that has the left lane blocked and traffic is back.
Table Mesa.
No other big problems though.
I got to do a video, right after this. I got
Well, what time's our...
3 o'clock.
Okay.
He'll come here. Don't start it without me. I'm absolutely going to be there because I want to do the pitch to these guys because I got some ideas. So, by the way, did you talk to the trial lawyers about the possibility of letting that guy on?
No, I think it's fine. I'm not going to stir the pot. We're just going to do it. Because all the video guy is going to do is, or not.
I'm going to mention just roofing.
Yeah, that's it.
Anybody want water?
And then if he complains, I'm going to reserve the right, Mark, I'll reserve the right to withdraw if he complains.
Can you do this?
Okay, please listen to this because it's one of the more important things I do. It's advertising for people. We're trying to find people who are suffering from depression that have med resistance, meaning that 1 or 2 medicines haven't worked, they keep trying, or they're doubling up on medicine. This place, TMS Solutions, has a clinically proven, FDA-approved treatment that is more effective than just changing or adding medication. It supercharges your brain with a magnetic pulse, and it's not painful, it's passive, you don't even know what's happening. And it makes your brain more susceptible to medication. Okay, and excellent for people on Medicare as well. Here's what you need to do. You can talk to your doctor or go directly to tmssolutions.com. That stands for Transcranial Magnetic Stimulation. tmssolutions.com. You'll find out about this incredible treatment. They can do the prescription or they can talk to your doctor, 303-928-0499.
Okay, so I get 3 chances. It's got to land like that at lunch. You going to do it?
Talk about the hormone roaches.
Yes or no?
No, because you'll make something up.
Would not. Where do you even get that shit?
Just like I can about imagine.
Way, located at I-70 in West Colfax and Lakewood. Stop by or find them online at StevensonChevrolet.com. Chevy, find new roads. Stock number 95256. Offer includes manufacturer incentives. Must take delivery by 9/30/19.
It's Brian with Advanced Mudjacking. Sinking concrete across the Front Range is a big problem. We have the solutions. We can fix your sinking concrete and save you big bucks. Call Advanced Mudjacking 303-424-9441 or advancedmudjacking@yahoo.com.
Are you a startup or an established business looking to grow?
Okay, how about backwards? Look, I'll twist it and land it like this.
I will give you 100 times to do that if you actually do it right and don't some of your bullshit all the time.
I don't know what you're referring to. This from the man that has the shoe joke.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's the one talking about it.
Usually
He goes around fucking
well,
taking people lunch. I can see him in school. Hey, man, how much lunch money you got?
That's fine.
Actually, we should teach, next time Bonnie's in, we're going to teach him the shoe joke.
Oh, God.
So he can fleece his
And
fellow
that is
students.
exactly what he will do. He will say,
Out of video game money.
He was counterfeiting Pokemon cards with cardstock and a printer and foil.
Ooh. We should tell them the joke too. The joke is tell them about what sexual position.
Oh.
Would that be a good one?
Hey, I told you. Why did the chicken cross the basketball court? Because he heard the ref was
You
blowing
really have to
foul.
watch him tell that sexual position joke too, because people might think, is he insulting me? Man, he's insulting my mother. Holy shit! I mean, my whole family.
Well, that's what makes it so funny. Because you are insulting her.
No, you're not insulting the mother. You're insulting him.
I know. You just meet him. Like Chase didn't know what to think. He's I'm like,
I know. I love that look. That's what makes it even funnier.
Jesus Christ, should I be upset here?
Did he just call me ugly?
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Well, what about the joke that Ed said? Well, why did the pervert cross the street?
Why?
His dick was stuck in the chicken.
You guys are sick, and don't ever let him tell the "it depends" story ever.
Oh, that's the best.
Well, you just said it wrong. You get it wrong. It's not
I
it
do that
depends.
just to piss him off.
Yeah, but you ruined the joke.
Yeah, but I get to you.
God damn.
Because you'll go, you ruined it!
The Disneyland one.
Jerry, you ruined it.
The Disneyland one is better.
The what?
Your Disneyland one.
Oh,
that you told your kids. Hey, listen, you're going to Michael Jackson's house to spend the night. It's going to get a little squirrely, but after that, it's all Disneyland.
She was gross, that woman.
Oh, I loved her.
Funny, though.
She's funny as
She
shit.
was funny.
And she held no punches on anybody.
Yeah, but that's sad when she's talking about kids and Haiti.
Oh,
she was talking about, well, no wonder God punished him, Jerry. It's like, she did that on stage. She said that.
And it was the day after the tsunami.
People aren't sure. They're going like this.
No, what you do is you want to laugh, but you want to make sure someone else does.
Did she just talk about these poor kids being hurt?
Joan Rivers was hilarious.
I can see things like that. You don't make fun of us.
No, you wait. I mean, on something like that, you wait at least a week. Wait.
At least the water's receding.
And I've never heard.
Can you imagine dropping your kid off at Michael Jackson's house? There's parents.
I'm Tom Martino.
303-713-TALK. Okay, Roger's got a comment on the passing lane, or the semi trucks. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Tom. You know, a lot of people don't realize when the driver's passing that slow, it's not by choice because most companies govern their trucks. And when that guy's talking about, well, he had room, he could have gotten back over in front of the other truck. Well, a lot of people want you to get over immediately, and they don't want to wait. You know, you got to, there's a certain distance you got to get out in front of the other truck.
I know, but he said, no, he said,
tailgate situation.
I understand, but this guy said he had way more than enough time, is what he said. Charlie, go ahead. What's going on, Charlie?
Well, just a quick point on the passing lane. You're just talking where you're very, very aggressive. You guys are not the police. You don't get to control that.
Right.
And being on bumper at a very high speed is crazy. If you go drive the gap between Denver and Colorado Springs.
Yes.
And it's 55 miles an hour, and people are on your butt, and you're doing the 55 miles an hour.
But you're but you're in the fast lane, you're saying?
It's a 2-lane road. It's got tons of construction.
You're still supposed to move over so I can pass you.
No, I guess what I'm saying is, Charlie, I did say there are a lot of people who agree with you. There are a lot of people who believe the fast lane is for the speed limit.
Yeah, but that's not the state law. It's the passing lane.
Charlie, what do you think, Charlie? What do you think?
What I think is we all need to be courteous out there so we don't have stupid accidents caused by people who get too aggressive.
Now that I believe.
They don't get to go way over the speed limit.
Nothing wrong. Well, hold on. There's nothing wrong with being courteous. You're absolutely right. But when someone does only the speed limit in the fast lane and they could easily pull over to the right lane, why would you not do that?
I think people do.
Oh, okay.
But there's too many aggressive drivers out there that are just pressing everything.
All right. Thank you for your comment. Hold on.
I've driven with someone white-knuckled me.
All right, Jared. What's going on with you, Jared?
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Good, man. What's your comment?
Talk to your listeners. You got to talk to your listeners about how to use a merge lane. Mark, you got my back on this.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like anybody knows how to use a frickin' merge lane.
That's very true.
It's a sign, not a stop sign.
People are morons.
You guys
They'll come
have a
to a
good day.
stop.
Thank you. You're supposed to speed up and merge. A lot of people, though, don't let you merge. They could easily pull over to the center lane and let you merge, and they don't. No. Sometimes the timing is such that you do want to speed up and merge, but they won't let you. They get right up alongside you, almost like a punishment. I have never understood it. Right.
It is a punishment.
I've never understood it. And so then you're forced to slow down and move behind him. Travis, what's your comment, sir?
Yeah, I think it's funny that guy commented about courtesy on the roads. Courtesy would be to get out of the left lane and let someone go about their business and drive.
I would say the same thing.
Duh.
It is not a suggestion. It is also a law that slower traffic keep right. There are signs. I drive that stretch from Denver to Colorado Springs every single day, and it is not a suggestion that you get out of the left lane.
I think I've been behind that old man.
Yeah, he seems like the type that would. Although I think he was saying he just thinks people should be less aggressive and more courteous. I guess there's nothing wrong with that, Seth, right? I mean,
can't we all just get along?
There's no reason to be aggressive. But then I had a rant about four-way stops, but I have another one, okay? And that is, I just want people. Now listen, if my honey is listening, just turn down the radio. I want people that just park between the lines. That's what I want.
Well, you mean on purpose, or they think they got a fancy car type deal?
I hate when they do the diagonal thing.
Yeah, I do too.
No. You're asking to be keyed, going diagonally across two spots. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when they hug the left line, the right line, or they're crooked, or they move over. It's just so inconsiderate. You just back up, take a half a second, half a minute, back up and pull in straight. Equally between the lines. What's so difficult? Because you see what happens is there's no room. Then you get in and you park properly. Guess what? I parked properly one time in the middle, and the guy next to me, because he was hugging the lane, comes back out. He's pissed off that his fat wife can't get in the car and leaves a note like, why'd you park so close? I felt like if he was there, I would have said, what do you mean so close? I parked directly in the frickin' middle.
I don't see weight.
I don't see weight. I don't see gender. I don't see color. I am just the milk of human kindness. You can join me again tomorrow at 10 and weekdays 10 to 2. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino. And don't forget, for help, information, and referrals, we have referralist.com. And you can call anytime for help at 303-MARTINO.
Quick,